Cool cats, cool dudes, and I've had 6 days to think of the first thing I was going to say when we go live after being promoted, and here it is. 2 plus 2 is 4.
I love
Hey
it.
everyone, how you doing? How you doing, Ben?
I'm very well. Baby, can you see my halo? I moved it. How are you, mate?
There was no light and there was shadow, and now there is light and there's no shadow. But it probably is because that's the way physics works. But how you doing?
You know
I'm
how I am.
fantastic.
Do you know how I am really? I'm Premier League. I'm buzzing.
That's very Premier League of you. And people, the first thing someone's going to have said, and I'm not going to know that they've said it because I've not clicked on it yet, but there may be some go, why are you wearing the Leeds United Christmas jumper in April?
Christmas is all year round.
It feels like it's Christmas because something went well for us, which I wasn't expecting, and I'm not going to hide from it. I was not expecting. Let me tell you right now, if you told me before the season started that Sheffield United were going to lose 4 of their last 5 games, they lose 4 of them, I'd have basically told you to put a bet on it because I didn't see that coming, and I got that wrong, of course.
It's done now.
It very much is. Back where we belong from Ben 1919, whoever that guy is. I kind of sniff who it is, but still, I'm not going to at him.
I think he must be old.
He must know Richard Cranium. So I had to say that because otherwise Sam would have got admin.
I think they look alike.
In the game, by the way. Sorry, Ben?
I think they look alike.
They do look alike. We're going for the league. I sure hope so. I was going to say...
The point on that, Anders, the point on that, we're going for the league shit, is we actually have to work for our 100 points, whereas the league just give Burnley theirs.
Evening, John Garside. How you doing, sir? Because I nearly called you Director John, because I see Director John is kind of, I'll say, hovering on the precipice, as to say. Oh, there he is. He's now actually what's the word? Visual. How you doing, John?
What's going on?
I mean, I wanted you to ask you something. I know it's not just yet, but when the drafts for the hockey's on, I need you to let me know if we got anybody good, because my hockey knowledge doesn't stretch to the youth.
Me too.
Oh, cool.
Because there's just so many minor league teams, and not even minor league, like colleges, junior teams throughout Canada, and it's just a. And
let us know if we do any decent trades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Thomas, I just emailed you that other little thing that Benjamin was supposed to do, but he didn't.
I've saved it for next week. I apologize. I meant to tell you, but I ran out of time, so I'll take that one. How are you, John? You all right?
Good. Everything's good. Can't complain.
Good, man.
I'm in hockey heaven. There's 4 games on today. Yesterday, today.
Who you backing?
I haven't watched anything yet today, so I think the Devils are playing Carolina, and is LA playing Edmonton
they look good,
later?
the Kings at the minute. They look good.
But we're talking about Leeds here. Let's not talk about hockey.
Yeah,
because the crow of judgment is looking at us.
Hi everyone. I got it in my head. I was like, judge them severely. But no, seriously, it's great to see you, Director John. The secret hero of the show. It needs to be said. It's not all that secret. We mention it every fucking week. Kieran in the house. Thank you very much. Hello, Kieran. Bristol City fan, everyone. So play nice for him. He's actually one of the nice ones.
I hope you have a shit day, Kieran. I really do. And thanks for the congratulations, but I want 100 points, my friend. So it's greed. I want the title. But I hope you've done enough already.
Well, Coventry lost, so but still. But I hope you have a nice time at Leeds, but in the sense of I actually find it really nice in Ellen Road, not that we won the game. Kind of nice. Evening, folks. That must be the words of Sam Greenwood, and he's basically said, "Congrats on the promotion. Thank you very much, Sam." Hello, my friend Sam, says Anders from Sweden. Kieran, are you going up there with all 5 Bristol City fans? The words of Sam Greenwood, of course. No, Sam, bring a lot of us tomorrow night to the game. Hey, Anders, and we've got a question for Richard Cranium. Does he still want Clark gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen. I'm not a mass fan of what's just gone on and the timing of all what's just gone on, but I'm a realist, and I just think that you've got to be ruthless in this sport. For us to have a bigger chance of going up, I think we need a better manager. I just think he's limited to what he can do. But look, fair play for what he's done, and he's got us up. I'm not going to take that away from him, but it's football.
The Crow has another little meme. If Leeds does get the top spot,
I
like it. Fucking like it. Look how happy Tom is.
I'm astonished.
He's got his Christmas jumper on. It's Christmas.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Jesus Christ.
There's one more, but I can't.
Christ. Miss Molina.
Oh, hey, Miss Molina. Hello, how are you?
Molina's here. So,
we've reached the 100 images, so I can't add the one other crow I found.
You can text them out.
I'll knock one of them out of the top. It's all right. I'll make room for it. John, how's it going? Hey,
everything is good.
Sam Greenwood, the greatest moderator in the industry, by the way. And how's it going, John? Greetings, everyone. It's the words of Beatrix Gunner. And sorry, John, if you want to ask Lena how it's going for yourself, answer that question.
She's doing well. Juggling a lot of things at this moment, huh, Tom?
Yeah. I'm loving stuff, and I'm also loving this congratulations from Miss Molina. It's like praise from Caesar herself with congratulations on the promotion.
I got a promotion?
Yeah, you got promoted from being paid fuck all to very little fuck all.
To even more fuck all.
Yeah, but it's a great promotion.
No, you got promoted to you or us.
Make sure you supported each other. I hope everyone's well. The words of Rosie. The greatest non-moderator in the business.
And for all those who don't know what a moderator does, they moderate.
Thanks.
The moderatrix, as I believe she has been called.
Rosie's the moderatrix.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we can put our case aside, Alison, because obviously Gary made a statement which is quite controversial. And by controversial, I mean only Rosie took issue with it, and we all found it really funny.
Speaking of Gary,
I thought he was fighting.
That's his team, right? No. That's his team. That's his college team.
I thought you were doing the thing where, like, you were like speaking of Gary, and then you did a too big turd on the chair. Like, Gary's shit. He's not shit. He's fantastic.
I would never do that to Gary.
But of course, we could put our fake legal case aside. I am Gary's lawyer in this fake legal case, by the way. More than that.
Can I be his barrister? I've took the bar.
It's the crow of astonishment. All hail the crow of astonishment.
Welcome to the family.
Nice haircut, John. And I'm making an appearance on Bank Holiday Monday for Leeds.
Fucking can't get any better cut than that, can you now?
Yeah, she went to town.
Yeah. They went, what one? They showed you a book or the photos or whatever. Like, which one do you want, sir? And you were like, yes.
Yeah.
All of them.
I had you down for a ginger perm under that hat, John.
A ginger perm, huh? Thanks.
Yeah.
You've seen me without a hat on.
I know I have, mate. I know I have. Not a lot of people have, though.
But, John, you've actually been... You specifically have been congratulated on the promotion.
I thought you said cremated then. I thought you was going to spill them one. I think.
Nearly. Very nearly. I considered it. Everyone's saying hi to each other. Hi, Rosie. Evening, Rosie. You're right. I'll try to read it accurately. If the fallen moderatrix, thank you. I believe that's a Dan Guna reference. So to be fair, I can't steal his jokes. I will steal his jokes usually, but I won't steal that one. if the fallen one takes over Leeds, then I won't watch a second with Leeds. Explain. Who's the fallen one? Is it Mourinho?
Mourinho, yeah.
Does that show how pace he has with
I'm a bit above that shit. If he does a job for us, he does a job for us. I just want the best for the club. It doesn't matter who it is. As long as, look, he's won titles. He's not. I don't think we're getting relegated with the fallen one. The one thing he will do is shore up the defence.
You know what'll happen if he does.
But then there is one thing that worried me about the fallen one. He was
a new crow.
He was a massive advocate of playing Llorente and fucking Rasmus when he was at Roma, and they're not good footballers.
Tom, did you see that one?
I have seen it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
You were in the middle of something.
Well,
no, he's
yeah,
just
kind of.
stuck
I was kind of having a look through what was sacrificed for it, but I can't even bother to think of it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you for that. Can embrace you in Robin Williams. What? Something. I don't know. Something. That's probably what he does. And Mourinho gets results beyond last season before everyone's sick of him. Help is on the way, dear. Oh, wait a minute. We've got some of this. Oh, look. Rosie's making something about a fake legal battle that no one knows exists apart from 7 people. But still, in all seriousness, I can't remember what he said. Oh, John, if you're on Gary's side, we have a problem.
Oh, no. I bought this shirt for $1.99. So I saw it. It was $1.99. I wanted to tell Gary his team is so cheap. I had to buy it.
I've kept your team running for another year.
Obviously, I'm only joking, Rosie. Keep the legal shit coming because it's quite funny. How you doing, Miss Melina? Long weekend. Gary is indeed awesome. Don't know what about you is that, but still. I suppose there was a football match on Monday.
Was there? When?
I heard about it. I just heard about it. Jimmy's here.
Jimmy.
And I do know that Ian, pardon me, very rude of me, Ian Pincushion was here earlier, so acknowledgement for him as well. Rollins is going down to Chinatown, which I used to think had Gene Hackman in it before I realised it didn't.
That's Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. I sat there for a good 52 seconds, convinced that it was Gene Hackman because Gene Hackman was dead that day. I'm a moron. Obviously.
It might have been his wife.
Maybe.
Is this still going on about that shit? She committed suicide. She whacked him over the head with dementia or something. That's what I've heard.
No.
You can hit someone with dementia.
Yeah, they won't remember it.
Well, that's certainly a take, young man. Good evening, Jimmy, of course. And we're imploding in the league. I wouldn't know about it. You
could hit somebody with dementia.
I'm not saying go out and hit someone with dementia, but you could probably do it if you were that way out.
I've known people that were hit with stupidity.
That's happened to me a few times.
It sounded like Ben was actually saying like you could physically bottle up dementia in like a bat and then whack someone with it. That's how I read it.
That's how I did too.
Yeah. To which I was like, you can do what? Obviously, it's a serious subject, to be fair, but it was kind of amusing. So, there's no harm in that. They're never going to remember even if there was, are they? Anyway.
Would you laugh at a Down syndrome person if they fell off the bike?
No.
Well, then you're discriminating because you'd laugh at me if I fell off my bike.
I laugh at you anyway for anything.
In all seriousness, I would laugh, but then I would do the universal thing of laughing because it happened, not knowing who it was. Just in general, people falling over in general make me fucking laugh. Just whoever it is. But then when I realised it was someone afflicted in like Down syndrome kind of way, I'd be like, ooh, you do the ooh noise where you realise I shouldn't be doing that.
Not the
like,
ooh noise.
The ooh noise. Like everyone knows what I mean when I say that. You all know what I mean when you know you shouldn't be laughing. The crow of oh shit turns around and looks at you and goes, Tom. I'm like, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry,
that would
bro.
be this one, the crow of ultra judgment.
Jimmy.
See, I'm giving the crows a purpose.
Rosie's turned up with a judoka outfit, which obviously deserves respect, of course. Laughing's involuntary, so John probably would laugh. But yeah, it's fair. That reminds me of the Alton Towers In-Betweeners episode. So that's a good show, actually, to be fair. Just don't ask me to remember anything from it apart from Bus Wanker, but we'll pretend that I know anything.
Not special friend.
Oh,
football friend.
Friends. Yeah, it's very good. Anyway, I can't believe we've for 17 minutes we've had one fucking slide about the football. It's all been that fucking crow.
Which crow?
And no one complains. No one complains. Yeah. Arguably, I think people would just go want the whole show to be all different slides of the crow. Like the crow of Leeds, the crow of Manchester United, which would obviously be a crow that's fucking backwards, but still.
A fucking three-legged turkey or something. Family Guy turkey.
Guys, you're getting hitched, my boy, from a Mr. John Ireland.
No. I'm getting hitched, people, in 3 weeks.
Congratulations, sir. Of course, in all seriousness.
Thank you.
But in all, even more seriousness, is there any ways we can make jokes about this involving a crow?
The crow of approval would be nice.
Crow of approval. Media crow of oh shit. Hello, Zanzi. How you doing, mate? Congratulations, Lord Thomas of Leeds. And do you know how many weeks I've seen Zanzi? And Zanzi's a great human being. He's a great dude. He comes up, Lord Thomas Leeds. I'm like, dude, I'm from London. I'm not actually from. I'm not the Lord of anything related to Leeds, apart from supporting them. But I suppose we should stick with it, of course. Why not? And so Ben of the Halo for Leeds promotion, and congrats to Liverpool for winning the Premier League. But it was now done at them for home to Spuds, to which I'll get back to congratulations, of course. With Spurs are atrocious from Sad Greenwood, which is appropriate of an Arsenal fan. And congratulations to Ben. That is wonderful.
What did Liverpool win?
The Premier League.
What league is that? Of course, it doesn't start till next season.
It's the league we decided to grace with our presence, which means it actually means something.
Sounded like a gunshot.
That was a crow of approval, basically going, I heard about Ben's wedding. He's like, yep, let's go along with it. When's the stag do?
The card off. Stag do's next week in Nesborough.
Spurs syphilis.
Next Saturday.
Spursy syphilis.
So I'll be in Nesborough, people, if you want to come and find me.
Ben's purity ring in the background. And
no, I've got a different purity ring, Sam. It's definitely pure.
I'm pretty sure that's.
Oh, you have your bachelor party next Saturday?
I forget you call it that, don't you? Yeah. It's a stag do over here. Yeah, next Saturday.
Well, I hope you don't catch any of this.
Spursy pills.
Spursy syphilis. I thought it said.
What Spursy pills?
Oh no, anyway. It's this one. It's that one. Here we go.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
No, the first one was Spursy pills.
Yeah.
But anyway, so as we usually do the spiel, basically, this isn't going to be about Leeds, is it? All things are about Leeds, Homer, which it is on Sunday night, 9:05. Apart from
did Dr. Leeds turn up this week?
Jeez, I think he got shot.
In a lot of trouble.
It's there's the door for the refuge, the garbage below where all the bins are. So my apologies, people.
Spurs syphilis is what I mean. And obviously, and you know what that means, that's right, it's Leeds United time. Go away, Dr. Leeds. Let's talk football. Let's talk football. This was Ellen Road at 11:44 on Monday. So, well, obviously, we salute the Don, of course. Metaphorically, because it is actually Ellen Road at 12:44, an hour later, because it's starting to get a bit of an atmosphere going. Because I think something was going to happen. Something was going to happen there. I just got a feeling about it. So I was like, let's start taking some photographs. Anyway, hello, United are back. United are back. Man United are back where?
No, Tom, no. I can't allow you to automatically think that that's who he means, because they aren't United. They're scum.
But they are what people think it means.
It's like Gary Neville. He's. I don't know if you get it when you watch YouTube. You get the stupid Marriott Bonvoy advert with Gary Neville, and he can't even say Manchester United. He misses the T-E-R. It's Manchester United. Manchester. Who are Manchester United? You played for him and you can't even fucking pronounce it properly. Do you know what I mean? Fucking anal twat he is.
Says Chris Nix, how you doing? And Knowlesborough, beers, music, food, fish and chips, or curry?
Knaresborough, Tom, Knaresborough.
Is he the concierge of the situation? Because I feel like I'm having the menu read out to me with options.
I'll take a photo and we can. How much was this?
You really should. You really should, because I find that sort of stuff fascinating in a way that I'm like, ooh, that's interesting, right? And of course, Man Boobs United. Obviously, salute to John Ireland for obvious reasons. And Chris Buddy, Pat Butcher wants her underwear back. That's certainly a choice. That's certainly a choice of sentence. Chris, you're well, buddy. And let's pretend there's a contest here. So obviously, this was the Leeds United 11. In hindsight, I think it was quite a good one.
I was that happy and excited that I didn't actually notice Brendan Aronson on the pitch that much. So I can't say that he was shit.
But, I mean, that's generally been the Leeds United season. That you don't notice him on the pitch.
No, usually I do. I notice him going on I notice him going on an headless run down an alley or fucking tripping up or... It's like watching Bambi on ice, man.
If I forget to say at the end, thank you for continually putting this show together, gents. It's criminal we don't have fans and subs. Great work. You know, the best way to actually help us get to 1,000 subs is to continue to tell other people we exist. As silly as that sounds.
Comment, like, share, and subscribe.
I hit the like button at least 140 times.
Every time you hit it, and
141.
It unhits it.
I mean, that's not to dig out Rosie, obviously, because she actually does good work in terms of good work that
of course.
To actually promote this. But still, for the sake of others, when they sit there, how's there not more people watch it? It's like because they don't know we're here. There's only so much we can do. I
don't think I'm everyone's cup of tea either. I'm just, you either like me or you don't.
So she's a promoter-atrix also?
Hawkwind says, am I banned? To which
not yet.
That depends on you, Mr. Hawkwind.
Not yet.
You have the crow of approval for now.
But soon enough.
Bambiano in the
methamphetamine.
Yeah.
Some big words coming from Jimmy tonight.
Yeah. He's probably typing out right now that it's really sad that I like wrestling. It's probably like he did on Thursday when he actually said that in Sam Greenwood's show.
I'm going to actually like the show.
Is what it is.
We've got 13 likes.
Ben, you're golden, mate. Straight shooter.
Well, thank you. And appreciate it.
Sober is why.
And to you.
Congratulations. Thank you very much. People, how is you from Rosie?
Every time you put up a comment, we get bigger and smaller.
Should we get to the football then?
Yeah, because Here's the other team, because other teams have to turn up for the football match to commence. But as a person with a certain level of OCD, let's just say, I'm sitting here like, why haven't you formulated this like an actual team sheet?
Well, I think that's how it was actually. Just all in one sort of. They vanished after 5 minutes.
Stoke were a lot better versus Blunt. Well, you couldn't get much worse, to be fair to them. Obviously, this is how we lined up. This is how they lined up. Is there anything worth saying about it? But I thought I would try and do this in a different way, or not a different way. What I mean is similar to how we used to do this shit last year, without the 100 of photographs of actually what happened on the pitch, obviously. So basically, this is our version of we kicked off the match, or the match kicked off. I can't remember who kicked off the match. I was working at the same time, admittedly.
I think we kicked off because they changed ends, didn't they?
That makes sense, because I remember reading a tweet which basically said, this is what you get for making us change ends. I think that was said at half time. This is their basic equivalent of Leeds got the match Leeds got the match underway. So yeah, that all tracks actually. And didn't take long. We had about 5 minutes of nervousness. Like, have we not scored yet? And then Joel Pereira went, "I got this, mate. Got this." He scored. It was lovely.
Finished well because the ball was behind him.
Yeah.
But I think with the ball being behind him, it sort of helped guide it away from the goalkeeper. It sort of naturally happened.
Blunts all day. Actually, it makes sense. Thank you, Beat Scanner. On Will Rosey celebrating Liverpool's title with a few cans of Coca-Cola, proper cola drink. I sense something's been dug at me, sir. You sneaky little fucker.
We've got to congratulate Liverpool, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Boo Chris, when you drink it, do you wish it was Pepsi? Pepsi Max, obviously. But then let's look at the other team. Let's watch this from the other team's perspective, where they basically go, Leeds scored, hurrah. And then it felt like about 2 minutes later, Leeds scored again, hurrah.
Quick interruptory question. Yeah. Do you want to win the league to go to Anfield first game of the season? It was a thriller last time.
I remember that. That's the game that made me become a Leeds fan.
Happy days.
Am I right in thinking Peru now has about 18 goals?
19 goals. 19. And the other guy's on 17 or 18. 17, I think. I'll have a look for you now.
Yeah, because I know he's like 2 in front of Sainz, isn't he? From Norwich.
Yeah.
How many got that? Read that mark.
1 sec.
Right, Liverpool, whenever they win the title.
Yeah, he's got 19 with 6 assists, and Sainz is 17 with 4 assists. Then it's Brownhill 16 and 6.
It's not strictly true though, is it, Jimmy? Because if whenever they win the title, we get promoted, would imply we've got promoted 20 times as champions. But we haven't.
Yeah, it would. Yeah,
3 times.
Yeah, but it's happened more enough for it to be a thing.
It is a thing. I'm not disputing it's a thing. I'm kind of being pedantic with it, but at the same time, I'm sitting there like.
Look at Tom using those $5 words.
Yeah.
Cost more than your T-shirt, them words.
You get change. I can buy 2.
Could be your dream signing. Well, I got a message from Ben. Basically, correct me if I'm wrong. It might have been on Wednesday because I remember reading it in the toilet at work, and basically, it said, "I hear we're signing Purpo." To which I was like, "That's the answer to the question."
I'm going to play a replay of that little clip with Tom. See if I can buy 2 T-shirts with that.
I could just imagine the cubicle and just the excitement coming out of the cubicle at work in the toilet.
It's fine, Jimmy. I'm just being a prick, but obviously,
Yeah, I read we were in talks with him.
Enough time to be a thing.
I'll be
at
back.
the same time,
I'll be right back.
no problem. But where we at? Oh, Stoke also conceded, so it kind of goes on like this. If we're being honest, like Joel Perreault then scored again with a hat trick. That was very similar to the goal we actually scored at Stoke over Christmas.
Taking his tally against Stoke this season to 5. Soon to be 6, I believe. But not before. Get to it, Tom. Get to it.
Both goals, did he, at Stoke?
I'm sure he got 2 at Stoke. Let me have a look.
I think he only got the first one. And
Let me
the
look
second
for you.
might have been Dan James, maybe.
Leeds.
Not that it really matters, of course. I'm too sober to appreciate banter yet, Thomas. Working on it, though. Ooh. Friends.
No, he got both of them. Dan James got the assist on the second one. Yeah, he got both.
I get things wrong. That's not really a surprise.
Okay, that's why I'm here. Tom.
But still.
Don't worry.
Don't get
I
me
don't
wrong.
get things wrong.
Ask me about a wrestling match from 1984, and I'll go, oh, so-and-so won by pinfall in 42 seconds. But still, ask me about a football match. Did we win? I suppose. More. Anyway. Oh, Firpo then scored because had you really put an icing on a cake?
Who called it last week that he'd score? Someone
I'm guessing
in
it
the
was
chat
you.
called it.
For you to even
No,
bring
it wasn't me. No. Someone in the chat called it. That Firpo would score this week.
Fair enough. I heard Colchester United goalie Billy the Fish Thompson. That sounds like a mafia goalkeeper.
I'd take him over Melier any day.
But my favourite part of all these tweets up to this point is basically the Stoke fan that discovers that Firpo scored and then references his own tweet from 20 minutes previously to go, I told you 20 minutes ago, lads, get rid of it. Jesus. Dan
Get rid of it.
288.
They were trying to get rid of it to us.
Yeah. Obviously, then came back. Basically, he got his fourth. Generous to say that, though. I'm surprised it wasn't given to Aronson. But turns out Aronson didn't touch it.
He didn't touch it. It was the defender, I think, got a tiny toe to it, but it was on target. So
Might have been me saying Firpo scores. It might have been. I don't remember. My dream players for Leeds are Victor Johansson, Alexander Isak, Victor Kovacic, Daniel Svensson. I wonder why you selected those particular players. Do they all happen to be Swedish internationals by any chance?
And Henrik Lundqvist in goal.
And put Zibanejad on the wing.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that your equivalent of your $5 T-shirt, or
what's that?
Whatever you were saying, your $5 word or whatever for the
Henrik Lundqvist.
Yeah, it's a hockey player probably. I'm guessing.
Yeah, he was on the Rangers, but he's from Sweden.
So is Zibanejad.
Yeah,
I only knew that because I watched the Four Nations.
Anyway,
we're back to hockey again.
And his father is Iranian.
Hockey. Wow. Anyway.
Seems a nice guy.
Leeds score Perreault 5-0, to which Tom, Stoke City Football Club, Tom 20, replies with, game should have been cancelled out of respect for the Pope.
Fair play.
Certainly fair. It's fair. I respect the hustle to even try that, of course.
That's a cigar, that, John. Fuck me.
Nah, it's not that big.
That's what she said. That's not even PG. I apologise.
Thomas, on a Sunday.
Decent first half. I was sat there thinking this could be a cricket score. But I knew it wouldn't be, obviously, because it's pure Leeds United to basically go, you know what, why don't we just put the handbrake on a bit out of respect?
I think a lot of teams do it, though, don't they? It's like, it's quite mad. Burnley did it when they were 5 up. It's early in the season. It just went quiet second half.
Stoke decided at half time to just go, you know what, we're just gonna tell the facts. There's no opinion on it. This is what is currently happening to us.
They called the cops? 5-0.
Well,
do you know why?
You said that.
Do you know why they call 5-0?
Why?
Yeah, no, but that Hawaii 5-0 is named after the fact that they call 5-0. They call 5-0 because they drive 5.0 5-litre cars. That's why they call 5-0.
Best wishes,
Okay.
Of course. Jim, the Joe of Crudgeman is not happy. What do you call a Rangers fan carrying a bottle of champagne? Waiter? Sorry. Anyway, so at half time.
Hey, that can apply to me too.
Stop pummeling me. It's really painful, says Stoke/Homer Simpson while he's getting beaten the fuck by groundskeeper Willie in the vent of school. Which is no relevant to the football match at all, but just still. Oh, the second half is underway. Willie Nonto, the smallest player on the pitch, managed to score a header, because of course he did. At which point, I was sat in a group chat, basically going, hey everyone, the double Geller is on. The double Geller.
I was waiting with the 7 thing,
Yeah.
which didn't happen.
The double Geller. We nearly had 2 7-0s in the season. It would have been historic. It would have been the best for comedy. I would have been fucking insufferable. To anyone that hates the Monica Geller 7 joke, you should fucking leave the internet. Because I'm fucking not leaving after winning 7-0 twice. But still, anyway. Oh, and Stoke weren't too pleased with it. So, but something historic did happen. Obviously, Harry Gray was brought onto the field. Evening, we all love Leeds. How you doing? Russ Morgan? I should have heard by now, obviously relating to his health. Russ, you well. Just in time for the meme section then. It's one whole big meme section, to be fair, Ryan. Can you chase it up? Good. It was quite actually funny, to be fair. Obviously, that Rosie found it that funny. But still, you're good, Ryan. Good evening, Tarek. How you doing, sir? And lovely cross for Willie's goal. It really was. I just personally just all these people play for Leeds United. I would say that's a joke. It's not a joke. There's actually more of them apparently. But this is basically every single one of them that has existed and probably will continue to exist. For anyone who wonders, it is quite unnatural for an entire family to have all represented one football club, though. It's unusual in the sense of, I know they've played for other teams, and obviously Archie went to Tottenham and all that, but you tend not to get 5 multiple generations of the same family representing a football club. Very unique. Harry Gray. Almost felt sorry for. Why? Him going is actually a key reason why we're promoted. I know the police fans might not like to hear that, but the fact is we got offered an absurd amount of money for a player we played out of position all season.
Look, if we become good enough, we can have him back. It's as simple as that. That's got to be the goal.
Where is he now?
Tottenham. Shouldn't be that hard.
So, obviously, that match finished. Ruthless performance, I think, is quite fair. I personally did enjoy it 5-0 when the thing was decent first half. It was like, yeah, I'll get the sarcasm there. That's quite nice. And obviously, Stoke are just like, yep, this happened. This is a thing. Let's try and forget it. Then they've not said none of that. I'm guessing that's what they mean. I'm making it up, obviously, because they didn't say anything. They was like, bop, 6-0. Man of the match was obviously Joel Perreault because of his 4-goal haul. But
best player was Bogle. I know he scored 4, but Bogle was
This goes back to my thing about saying Archie Gray. We sold Archie Gray for 40 million. Whether you could cast it as 40 or 30 because of the Rodon deal, I don't give a shit. Whatever, say whatever you want. But we then bought in an actual right back in the Championship who is the equivalent of Lionel Messi of right backs in the Championship level. It's a great deal. It's a great deal. Don't get me wrong, in the Premiership, I'm sure he's absolute dog shit. But that's the thing to worry about.
I'm willing to give him a shot. He's earned a shot. Yeah. He's earned a shot.
John doing his best Arnie impression. I was thinking Jack Nicholson. Here's Tommy. And so great to see generations of the same family at the same club. I think the Maldinis have 3 generations. That is true, actually. I'll stand corrected on that. Thank you, Sam. There are 3 Maldinis there. Evening Rosie, evening Samuel.
I think Paolo played with all 3 of them generations. He was there that long. True. Was it 42 obviously, he retired? It's crazy.
This is what I imagine he really felt like. I'm guessing it's probably AI.
Well, I invited him round after the game, and he took me up on it. So.
You and Lolo.
But to people who know of the television show, The Peep Show, you'll all get this. 4 goals, Joel. 4? That's insane. No one's seen The Peep Show? Okay, fair enough. It's because he ordered 4 naan breads at the Indian. And the other one from the show was like, that's insane. Anyway, still. Here's live footage of Stoke City's defence at Ellen Road today. Obviously on Monday. It's not going to keep much out. I'm wondered what.
You just got a feeling someone just nicked the rest of it and weighed it in, didn't they?
I also have Leeds United versus Stoke City as a meme. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Stoke. Sorry, what?
That was better than the jingle.
Is that
you should definitely do that at the end of the jingle.
This is Mr. Ireland.
4 naan, Jeremy. 4? That's insane. Now we're promoted. Piru has a blunt as long as the old Ellen Road floodlights were tall. That's pretty big, to be fair. Release the Fire Beast. I've laughed. I wasn't intending on that being a thing, admittedly, but still. And I thought I'd do the thing. This is where our Sheffield United fans would have actually seen this contest. Stop, he's already dead. I can't even do the cry for it because I'm not crying about it because fuck them. But then we went on because we weren't promoted at that point. And I thought to myself, what can I do that's slightly different to what we'd usually do? Because I know you all know the fucking things we do every day. So let's fucking review Burnley versus Sheffield United from the point of view of the fucking motherfuckers that wanted motherfuckers to win. But still, they played for Burnley. Go fuck themselves. This lot played for Sheffield United. Actually, no, this lot played for Sheffield United. Go fuck themselves. These fuckers kicked off. These fuckers also kicked off. At this point, loads of text messages are going around the internet. Is it on? Are we going up? All this. I'm sitting there thinking, the best I'm really hoping for is a draw. But if I sit there hoping for a draw, Sheffield United will probably win. Tom, get the fuck. Brand Hill scores, to which I'm like, Sheffield United goal, Burnley. Then Tom Cannon scored his first goal for Sheffield United after paying 10 million for him in January. That didn't backfire on them at all.
Oh, at least they've got him next year.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be quite useful to them next year if they then have to wait for him to wait another 4 months to get his first goal for that season. But still, anyway. I just can't believe they paid 10 million quid for him or whatever it was they paid. But still,
That's pittance to what they paid for Brewster.
That's true. Brewster was supposed to be good, though.
We can't really laugh at overspending for shit players, can we, really?
Obviously, they levelled it up. Penalty to Burnley. Penalty to Burnley. Goal for Burnley. Burnley score. Half time, I was sitting there thinking, I really don't want much more to happen because I'm getting sick of having to record this. But still, I was at work as well, for context. I'm obviously not a good employee. I'm not the best employee because I'm sitting there fucking going, fucking football. Motherfucker, just screenshot this shit. Anyway. So it was half time.
Who were you talking to while you were doing that?
Myself.
Oh, okay.
Usually, I'm just like, fucking football. But nothing else happens at the end. I don't like that Sheffield United badge. The Gooners ought to sign Cannon. Where the fluff is Bobby Ball?
Bobby Ball.
Obviously, it's full time. It's full time. A day to remember for Burnley. It's a day to remember for me as well, coincidentally. And Sheffield United basically going, yeah, we lost. I really just was. I kind of was just waiting to see how they reacted to it. How they basically went, they go, this fuck. Because obviously, if Chris Wilder does not run their Twitter, well, that would have been a lot different. It'd basically been gone, they're fucking cheating. Their fucking fans come onto the pitch or whatever. But the actual real thing in all this is that it's something I've always wanted to do in the vein of that knobhead Fogden.
What do you got there, Thomas?
I've got a Red Bull, and it tastes like promotion.
Promotion flavor?
Yes.
I'm surprised you didn't put a little label on it. Promotion flavor.
What did we make of promotion? As Spencer, hello sir, of course, asked. Took till Thursday to get my voice back. Bogdan he really is. That video of them basically advertising Saudi Arabia is fucking disgraceful. Especially after their initial video where they basically went, I don't like this deal between Newcastle and Saudi.
Until they're offering you money. Exactly.
Yeah. Until they're giving them money. It's like, I really like Newcastle won the Carabao Cup and, we should go there. That's probably not how he speaks, but that's not the point. I have no idea who got promoted, Rosie. I have no idea. There was a bit of reaction to it online. And I thought there's probably no harm in taking a look at some of the reaction online. Congratulations, and to our loanee, Joe Rothwell from Bournemouth. Never doubted it from Scrappy Doo MMA. Rid Van Loyal says, congratulations from Rangers FC, soon-to-be brothers, taking over our respective leagues. And then Harrogate Town congratulations us too, because it's basically in Leeds, isn't it? West Ham Central, welcome back. Eric says 4 points from Man United next season in the bag. Popsley says, Mini Minter, you see this shit? Premier League. Looking forward to having you back. It's like, yeah, you're looking forward to having some fucking money. And you did it. You did it when it mattered. We are Leeds from Leeds that. And First Direct Arena basically said, brilliant. Congratulations to the old team, staff, what a club. But also, we did have a tweet from Larry Nance Jr. And people may go, who the fuck is Larry Nance Jr.? He's a guy I'll put in here. Intermittently, whenever I've seen that motherfucker wear a Leeds United jersey or something at the NBA, he ends up on this. I think he ended up on this last week. But he's basically the investor that one of the minority investors that actually has taken it quite seriously, if you get what I mean. He went on, I think he went on, don't tend to promote the other Leeds, well, we do promote other Leeds shows, totally do, but went on an interview, I think it was Joe Donahue, but who I never knew what he looked like, so it was basically find out something new. But basically, he was interviewed by him. I think it was Graham Smith as well, and they were asking him about being a minority. He's basically said like he never expects to get his money back, football is a terrible investment. I can tell you that for free. And anyone who supports football club knows it's.
Not if you're a player.
Football club, yeah, you'll never see it again. Because you're always just going to get asked for more money for the investment.
The way to make money in football, and Radrizzani fell short, is you buy a team in the Championship, throw a bit of money at it, get promoted, and then sell it because it's worth a lot more as a Premier League team. You don't keep it for 3 years and then sell it when you get relegated again, because then it's worth half of what it was.
Yeah. Odd enough, this stream is not brought to you by Zenith Coins. And hey, Spencer, I was in town when that Rangers photo was taken. They made a mess, riots and everything. So, do Zenith Coins have a Leeds coin yet? I suppose we'll find out in August. I actually don't know. This stream is brought to you by Dude Whites. Do Leeds have a WWE belt yet? You'll know if I have a WWE belt with Leeds United on it. I will pay an absurd amount of money for that item. No, I wouldn't really. Still.
He would. He'd queue for hours for it too.
I'd pay for the delivery. Because I'm fucking lazy. If they don't, I think I know what message the Tom has for Zenith. GFY, Zenith. I didn't want to upset them. I didn't want to antagonise them too much because I want them to make the item. Inside Elm Road. 2 Elm Road. Spencer. Not inside Ella.
I'm just going to grab a drink, Tom. I'll be back in 1 minute.
No problem. Good name for Leeds channel, that, Inside Ella. And Russ, Ian with a Freudian slip there. Ella's Road, brought to you by Dude Whites. Well, we then did get a tweet from the Premier League with, "See you next season, Leeds. Congrats on early promotion to the Premier League." Got a phone call, Ben. The fucking Premier League is calling. That's not me swearing. That's literally what it says. Just reading what it says. But if anyone's a bit peckish, get yourself a Chris Wilder ham sandwich. Brennan wonders. First, he never called anybody, Ella. Who's Ella? Ella was a Mercian king and not a fucking Yorkshireman. And Tom, did you show your fave meme? I did. No, it's not that I did. I'm going to. I made sure to make it a fucking part of this, Mr. Morgan. And I was considering whether attaching your phone number to it so all the Leeds fans that could see it would then basically have a few choice words for you, sir. I'm not actually going to do that. I mean, I'm going to show it, but I'm not actually going to do that to you in all seriousness, because that'd be a bit weird. Anyway, Chris Wilder is... I don't even get what the joke's meant to be, but I just found it funny that he basically got a seagull on him. Not a seagull.
That looks like a crow.
It's almost like it's a white crow. So is Chris Wilder racist against crows? Still got that sweet promotion taste. I know Ella Henderson. My niece is called Ella. I know her Unbra. I'm going past Ella's Road tomorrow. Unfortunately. Shame the seagull didn't shit. Oh, what's seagull? That's a funny surname for your niece. I love Ella Henderson and the crow on non-judgment. See.
That vodka?
Sheffield United. I've got their reaction to it. I demand a recount, to which the EFL actually did a live recount. They basically went 1 point deducted for Sheffield United, 2 points deducted for Sheffield United. Go fuck yourself, Sheffield United, obviously. let's just do it again, just to make sure that all the points are being counted equally and fairly. 1 point deducted for Sheffield United, 2 points deducted for Sheffield United. Before anyone comes in and says, doesn't that mean they get 3 points? No, just but still. The crow of indignation. Ben always brings the snacks. Is it a Mars bar, Ben? And the crow of indigestion.
Snickers. Snicks. Looks like Snicks.
Ice cream.
Uh,
So, for the benefit of anyone who actually had any interest in the contest itself, I think it's fair that Leeds United were quite worth our 6-0 win. But I'll still never forgive them for basically not doing the double Geller. Ross likes to throw a dog in. You've got nuts. Stan doesn't. Anyway, I suppose this is part of the... I don't even really know the best way to say this at this point, but Ben, should we review the referee in the contest? This is Darren Bond. He refereed the contest.
Did he?
I don't even remember.
I didn't see him on pitch. Did you?
I saw him blow the whistle for kickoff a few times. Supposedly.
I have nothing to say on the matter.
I'm not surprised because I don't have nothing to say on the matter either, but I was thinking like
Fair play to him. He had a good game.
I thought he was an amazing referee in my opinion. He looks
They
like
should clone him
a time accountant.
and ref every game in football.
Rosie bringing the shade. And 58 minutes in. What do you say we do some mid-show question of the week? Hey! Russ Morgan, do the thing. Demand the jingle, please. And so it is done.
It's not question of the week, Sam.
Yeah.
I liked it, Tom. I loved it. It's not question of the week, Sam. It's mid-show.
And question of the week, mid-show, of course. It's at this point, you all know what it is. You all know what it is. But at the same point, fuck it. Who are these lucky individuals that have played for Leeds United and Stoke City? Emphasis on the lucky, of course. Rats to Barcelona win the Spanish Cup. Rats to Rafinha. The rest of them are cheating football scumbags.
Jack Butland.
Yeah. Inanimate objects and beat the shit out of Sam. Well, this is only a mid-show, miss. Let's not spoil the main event right now, but still, it's totally
I've got a good
that.
one, Rosie. Hang tight. Jack Butland. Fraser Richardson.
Correct. Goalkeeper's correct as well.
I'm thinking Matteo, but it ain't.
It's not Matteo.
It is. Yeah.
Correct.
There's additional clues if you want to go to the next screen.
Nigel Worthington.
Yep.
Lewis Baker. Is it Michael Tong?
Correct. Yep.
AF looks like Rod Wallace. Jack Clark.
It's
Sam Vokes.
The Teletubbies. We're going to go with Miket Tyrus, whoever that is. Big Lee up top. Correct, obviously. And Michael Tong, correct. Lala from the Teletubbies is obviously correct. Some of the most correct questions ever. Shamey Vardy. Shamey Vardy. Jack Clark. Sam Vokes. That is correct. That, to be fair, Russ Morgan is right. If someone did say it before Russ, fair, I haven't got it, but still. Jesus Christ up front, obviously, is correct. I would have also accepted the Pope, despite dying that day. Miley Tyrus. Yes. Yes. Why not? Leicester City. Obviously correct. Los Angeles. Salad Vertigo. You're pretty.
Is that Lee Chapman? It is Lee Chapman, isn't it?
It is
Yeah.
Lee Chapman. Lee Chapman is correct, yes.
I'm just stuck on AF.
Yeah. I wouldn't get it in a million years, personally. But still. Mr. Tom, we have all the time in the world for Leeds. Add Swimbledon. Axel Foley. I don't know why that's caught me off guard.
That's answer of the week. Yes.
Foley. Chris Nix is also trying to get answer of the week with Anne Frank. Never mind Windy Liquor. Axel Fritzl. Jesus Christ. We're going well into the depths. Jules Balland. I think I'll give you an extra minute of answers and then we'll just stick the actual. I'm in midfield. Yeah, apparently I'm in midfield, actually. That makes sense. Thank you. Even though it's obviously not true. Obviously might stop, but thank you, Ian. I noticed you had said my name 2 times. I'm sitting there thinking, what have I done? That's actually getting my name actually typed out into the comment section. It makes sense now. Thank you. I still think that
I got it, Ian, when you went Mr. Tom. I could see it, but I liked watching him confused.
That like it takes much to actually get me confused on anything. And obviously, to be fair, Roach given the one answer. She manages to sneak into every question a week somehow. Of Lembit Opik. But in this case, Lembit Kopik. Which is almost certainly not PG. And John Cena. Knob washing machine. And Ben. Me.
I wasn't laughing, I was joking. Excuse me, people.
So I'm going to give you the answers as follows. Jack Butland in goal. Fraser Richardson. Lem Armitage, who I believe is from like 1932 or something. Don Matteo. Nigel Worthington. Defence. Andy Fay is the man you were looking for. And it's not a typo. His name actually is Andy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I Googled that too.
Yeah. No, I definitely wrote it correct because I had to double check it myself. Even though I knew he did exist, but still. Lewis Baker. I like when he had the shot in the 92nd minute and it basically was absolute dog shit. desperate. Pure. I get the feeling he's a sort of footballer. It's like he plays shit against everyone, but against Leeds, he's like, I'm gonna give it my 100%, and then we beat him anyway. Go fuck him. Go fuck yourself. What's this? Jack Clark, Sam Vokes, and Lee Chapman. Where is Lembit Cockpit? Nothing with cheeky yells, Rosie. Yeah, that's actually the answer.
Oh, sorry.
For some reason, I thought Anne Frank played for Stoke, but it was actually Swansea. Sorry. Yeah, I'm quite fond of that one, but still. Okay. So, I wonder how he got with a cheeky girl.
We are the cheeky girls.
This is turning into a bit of 2002 kind of a pop culture, let's say. But where are we at of this? Do you want to do wanker of the week at this point?
Yeah, why not?
I did pick one, and it's quite obscure.
I know. I was quite thrown there. I thought, did I pick one? No. I like it. You go for it, Marson.
Because the wanker of the week this week. Sorry. Wanker of the week. This week.
The Sheffield United player that gave the penalty.
It's actually based off of a show called The Girly Show from 1996 because they have a segment called Wanker of the Week. That's Sarah Cox, for anyone who doesn't know that is. Yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah.
It looks like she has one. It didn't last very long. What's that, John? It looks like she has one.
She's seen a fair few. I hear. But still. Anyway. Size of his wallet, probably. Not surprised at that, pin mate. He must have struggled to keep up with the demand. It wouldn't matter to me if he was the richest guy in the world. Touch my bum, says Pincushion, which is obviously a reference to cheeky elves. And wankers of the week have to be Liverpool. Doesn't have to be. And now he's singing the rest of the song. It is nice. But yeah, obviously it's slim pickings in a week where we fucking won by a lot, and there's not many wankers around. It can't be Chris Wilder every week. It gets boring that way. I actually did try.
It's been quite magnanimous, hasn't he, this week? So you can't give it to him.
Can't give it to him. There's nothing said about memes at his expense, though. There's no rule against that, but still, where are we?
A roast is a roast, Tom.
Yeah. With a stick of celery to borrow a song from Chelsea. I kind of actually now need to go over to our partners over at We All Love Leeds too. Based on the fact I need all this fucking space for the nonsense I'm about to inflict upon you all. Anyway. Means relating to Leeds United's promotion, obviously, is oh look, the Crow of Judgment. Here to observe, obviously. Everyone pay homage to the Crow of Judgment, the original Crow in the Judgment family, of course. Make sure you're supporting the channel by subbing and pressing the like button. I believe it's Holy Trinity, as I believe a certain gentleman. There we go. It's the Leeds Crow of Judgment. Bet John couldn't wait. I bet John was thrilled to discover, wait, there's more space to inflict my nonsense.
Oh, am I going to have to edit all of them now?
Nah, no. We'll keep the Leeds Crow separate and special, but still. Thank you, Jimmy. What else we got? There's the Leeds Crow only judge Leeds fans. Everyone in football judges Leeds fans, including me, based on a lot of this content. Anyway, this is Ellen Road. when the news broke that Sheffield United had fucking dropped the ball, let's just say. Obviously, suffice to say, the flares or the smoke or whatever it was came out, and people were quite excited. Russ Morgan then did send me a thing where it's basically like Daniel Farke and Chris Wilder and the sandwich that looks like him. Patrick Bamford starting a song. He definitely didn't actually say the words, but he totally meant the words. Obviously, that Wilder is a wanker and all that. But still, speaking of getting a bit animated, here's an image I believe Ben sent me with Rodon, and I was about to call him Ropodo. Ropodo sounds like a thing you put in someone's drink. But Rodon and Ampadu at the beach, probably this summer, presumably, with director John and his cigars. In fact, John's literally doing the cigar the way they're doing it in the photo, but you can't see that, but I could, because that's the benefit of being. Fuck it. Sorry, I'm just on to be able to see. Stephen Hendry taking his dad for a walk, flip flops and football socks. This is what Rosie's. Obviously, the toes come out through the socks though for some reason, but still. Anyway, it's not important. Well, I believe that could be tied into Burnley, QPR's performance against Burnley, because they were very much on the beach on Saturday. It could be argued. I don't care, because if we win both games, we're the champions. That's what it matters. And we should win both games, because we've got a good record at home. Bristol City have not fantastic away. And Plymouth can go fuck themselves. Apart from all the
Plymouth
results
down.
they got, that actually did help us out.
Barring a fucking goal miracle, they're down.
The Premier League then turned to all its shareholders at the bar and basically went, "Hey everybody, Leeds are back." Now, the Premier League, the police of the Premier League also had a request for Leeds United fans. All right, Leeds, you're promoted back into the Premier League, but stay away from racist mounting. But all my chants are there. I'm not implying anything. I'm actually not implying anything. But I just want to do the voice. All my chants are there. But still, anyway. Daniel Farke. People have got a lot to say about Daniel Farke, but I know what he's going to say to Red Bull. The first chance he fucking gets. So, at a meeting with Red Bull at the end of the season and all the ownership of the 49ers, he's going to go, "Hello, Mr. Rasselbull. I bad want money now. Me promoted." That's what he's going to do, surely. It's the cruel judgment.
I can't believe there was actually a clip of that. That's awesome.
I hope the QPR would do us a favour and do to Burnley what they did to us last season. No one's motivated to play, but the main reason, and this will sound really sorry, but the main reason Burnley are in the position they're in is because no one cares about beating them. No one gets out of bed that morning and basically goes, "I'm dying to try really hard against Burnley." Because no one hates Burnley. They're a nothing team. They're a nothing team that's almost certainly going to get 100 points. And congratulations, not taken away from them, but that's why.
No. Fair play to them. It's their party as well as it's ours.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, Evening Scooby, of course. Evening Scooby from Sam Greenwood, the greatest moderator in the business, some would say. And following the Leeds getting promoted, I now need a BBC telly tax license again. You don't need one. I'm not telling him to basically I'm not telling him to dodge the law. I'm just saying it's an option. It's an option. But anyway, I would never really say that, obviously. Evening Scooby from Miss Melina. Anyone going to the parade? Are you going to the parade, Ben?
No. I've been to 2, so I'm a little bit older now, so.
When I was in
Bit
Australia,
hectic for
the
me.
Crows seemed to have Aussie accents. Like, oh, me. Hopefully, Scooby, Ian. Laugh out loud, Ian, actually, to read it accurately. I'm alright, Tar Rosie. Hope you're well. Our true Tom Fark, the BBC. Hope I bump into you somehow then. Yeah, feels like I've not spoken to you in ages, Scooby. What have you been up to? I need to stop reading out the conversational pieces, but still, I can't help myself. This is a visual illustration of what it looks like when you're doing well in the Championship, and then you move up into the mid-tier, the mid-lower tier of the Premier League, where basically the lower sides, such as Spurs and Man United, then start to try to bully you. But then the bigger and bigger sides, such as Man City and Arsenal, then try to bully them. And that is the football hierarchy. It's really multi-layered as a dig on Spurs and Man United, really, but still. Anyway. Also, Leeds United fans, last night I dreamed I held you in my arms. I've actually called the file, God, I hope not Calvin, but still. Is that any chance of him coming back to Leeds?
I hope not. No disrespect to him, but he's not the player he was. And
I think a lot about the way he played relied on the fact that he liked who he played for and he wanted to do well. And and the idea of playing well for money is a lot different until you're away from the thing you actually love playing for. And then it becomes solely about money, and then you're not playing in general, but still. I'd have him back only for squad depth. I'm sure he'd be a nice lad in the changing rooms. It'd be like a bit of a young Givogis to some extent, maybe. But what are your thoughts on the Kumbacha? I have no idea what that is. Oh, I was referenced earlier. Apologies. What are we doing? Oh, Ryan did send me this at Mr. Arsenal podcast of Junior Firpo at the I was going to say the celebration parade. It's not a parade, is it? Parade doesn't happen. But he's a hero. He's genuinely a hero. And
was Ben there? I see a lot of smoke in the background.
That's Piro.
I truly respect this man because he could have fucked off last year. He could have fucked off this summer, and he didn't. There's a lot of people who did fuck off that probably would be doing quite well now if they hadn't. But still, like tea anyway. Be fairly cheap to buy back and wouldn't demand silly money for wages as he's already made it. That's very romanticised. Basically, Jimmy, in that moment, you're doing the equivalent. That time, Homer Simpson had a counter offer when he wanted to buy something, and he basically handed them a piece of paper that had "do it for free" written on it, where he was promptly kicked out of the room. Obviously, it's some old Japanese drink tea, kind of fermented, meant to have loads of. But did you enjoy it? Anyway. Russ Morgan, if you're still there, you sent this to me. This is Russ Morgan, where he basically went, test post. Just preparing for 2026, Leeds United relegated. Go fuck yourself. And to be fair, I can say that because I actually replied to him to go fuck himself. I did put a laughter emoji because so you can say whatever you want as long as you put a laughter emoji after it. And you'll know that's right because you've all fucking done it at some point in your life.
No disrespect, but
yeah. Do you have Somerville back? Nah. this is actually the most viewed photo of the entire. I was looking through the whole thing. 3 million people have looked at this photo, and I think a lot of people have actually bookmarked it as if to basically go, we're going to see this photograph anytime Leeds United lose a game from August.
You mean
because people are waiting to unleash this on us.
3,018,000 now.
But if you compare it to the photo before and after, you can tell a lot of people have basically wanted to look at it to save it, essentially, or bookmark it, or whatever. I have a very thick skin. Well, that's actually probably really helpful for you when actually fucking yourself. Metaphorically, of course.
It's Sunday, Tom.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, is it like in The Wire where like you can't kill drug dealers on church day? Motherfuckers. Anyway. No, thank you for that. Thank you for your review on this. And I'm sounding sarcastic. I'll say this, but no, I do appreciate it. But no, Russ Morgan is fantastic, and he obviously does send me good stuff. Good stuff. Not that stuff, but still good stuff. Did you notice a brace with the left, another brace with the right? Nice.
Is that a flyover?
Ben sent me this. Ben sent me this of Fark, and the Fark is celebrating while Sandwich Man is in the background looking quite sad. Why is Somerville in Russ's image? Well, because that's from 2023, I presume. Because it's an Allison in it as well. Anyway, Russ Morgan's home address and phone number is the No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, you wouldn't give it out if he had a home. Underpasses of bridges don't have addresses.
He's the director of dogging, to be fair, on Sagged Dark, to be fair to him. Obviously, as Ben did say earlier, congratulations to Burnley, of course, as well. The sweet couple weeks before we have to think about being in the Premier League. I'm within that now. Very nice. Obviously, Burnley lost their way under woke company, but Scott Parker has made Burnley horrible again. I don't even know what he means by it, but still, anyway. And I do think sometimes it is helpful to pay homage to the past slightly, because this is what I imagine Marcelo Bielsa thought when he found this out. Because he is fucking great, and thank you to Sam for providing / probably creating this, but still. I know there are Leeds fans go, don't go back to Bielsa. It's like, no, but
I'm still waiting for my my action doll. I was promised an action doll.
See?
Yeah, when you were 6.
No, 2 weeks ago by Sam Greenwood. Promised me an action doll.
What are we doing? One more. You guys back there know when Leeds win the Champions League, right? What? Huh? Nobody knows when Leeds face Valencia in the Champions League semi-final. And when they beat AC Milan, Deportivo La Coruña at home. Mark Viduka, Harry Kewell, Ian Hart, Gary Kelly, Nigel Martin, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Eric Hanna, Howard Wilkinson, the league-winning team of 1992. Oh, man. How does no one remember this? Bielsa is a very good manager. Oh, yeah. I forgot about an action doll from Mr. Cranium. Everyone I know knows I actually love Director John. That's true. That is true. I'll briefly end a Burnley YouTube show I learned two things. One, they thought Company's team was better. However, they now feel they have players who want to play for Burnley instead of playing for Company. That is probably fair to be. So, as in, once Company went, those players didn't want to be there. Yeah, I can totally believe that. To be fair, that's kind of true for Bielsa, because obviously Rafinha didn't sign on to play for Jesse Marsch, which I don't think is an unfair statement. But obviously they had like 20 of them by comparison. We've seen the video of Mel Sterling being very happy last Monday. He was in Players' Lounge. Oh, that kind of very happy. I see.
Go on, Mel. Zico.
Which obviously, I'll then put this image up, but obviously, Ben did allude to this earlier, but what upsets me about this is basically the fact that let fucking Daniel Farke at least have a fucking day of basically like, well, my job is done kind of thing, before then going, but you're going to be sacked because your record at Norwich is shit. Of course his record at Norwich is going to be shit, because he got handed £9 million. And then the second year, they sold his fucking best player. Of course it was going to be shit a second time as well. You all knew it was going to be shit. None of this is a fucking surprise.
Norwich, regardless of what Farke's football was, Norwich had a business plan, because they would have gone out of business if they hadn't sold. Who was it they sold? I can't remember.
Buendia.
Madison.
Oh,
to Leicester.
Yeah.
And going up was a surprise the first time. So they got the money, then they took the parachute payment without investing, but invested in a good enough team to win again, to get the promotion, and then the parachute payment money again. And that's how you make quite a lot of hundreds of millions of pounds in 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't working too well for them right now, but...
And then Delia sells their shares.
Delia did all right out of it, which is the main thing, I suppose. Those who don't know Mel Stern, look him up. Love the part where Nonto had been bottle-fed champagne. I kind of saved that for the end, spoiler. But yeah, that was quite funny. Bottled beer in his hand. Not ones I served at the bar, of course. Brings his own shit. Most unathletic, I still on about Mel Sterling, of course. Unathletic-looking footballer. But it's true. I believe he scored at the Leeds played Sheffield United in 1992.
Yeah, free kick.
In that game. Yeah.
How old were you?
I was 11.
I'd have been about 8. This is what I imagine Ben thought about Daniel Farke when he put this at any point in the season. I don't even really. All I've wrote on this is basically Ben probably.
I'm going to give him his credit.
I was going to Photoshop your head onto it, but
I just want the best for my club, and I just think there's better. He was employed to get us up, so once we're up and the league's done and dusted, then have the conversation. Got to give him respect, no matter what.
Almost scored against Lance. Yeah, got Wendy at heart. And kind of, I was going to say, obviously.
Him and Carl Schutt went to the same school, didn't they, in Sheffield?
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, the match results from that what would you call it? That round of games, and the results from this round of games. For anyone who's interested, obviously this is match week 44.
Oh, I didn't.
Thank you to Director John for providing this. And then the week after, I mean, this was Monday.
Monday the 21st.
Yeah, and this is obviously yesterday. And Friday, or one day Friday. Obviously, the Leeds are on it, planned for tomorrow, obviously. Which creates this situation we have got here with the league table. for people that love looking at league tables, this is basically. But obviously, Burnley have 97. We've got 94. If we win tomorrow, we will go above Burnley, as everyone knows. And yeah. Cole Sharp was a bloody good player who scored at Nou Camp. Not many of these players have scored at Nou Camp. And I don't think he'll cut in the Prem, but I can't deny he's earned his chance. So I'd get rid before pre-season or in 2 years if we logo. I truly believe it depends on how much they basically are. Because Ipswich, let's be fair about this. Ipswich spent 100 million in summer, and they're still going to be terrible.
You've got to look at the core squad they had anyway.
Yes.
Same with Southampton. Leicester surprised me. I thought they'd do a bit better than they did, to be honest. But you look at the core. We've got better core players to keep hold of and to add to.
Yes.
Whereas Ipswich came up, and then just had to buy. But what I think Ipswich did is sort of admitted defeat, and they bought championship-ready players for next season.
This is the thing, as you alluded to. I think Ipswich got promoted to the Premier League with League One players, and a couple of like Leif Davis, for example, is probably, if we're being fair, maybe lower Premier League level, maybe higher end Championship, maybe. But obviously, they then supplemented all that with 100 million spend, which was essentially landing themselves with Delap's son, who will basically be their equivalent of selling Ruta this summer. Like they're going to get a lot of money for him. But predominantly, they've bought a squad now that will probably at least get top 2 in the Championship. I think it's fair to say. They're going to have a lot of fun. I've said the same to Stefan. You're going to have a lot of fun next season because you earn the right to be the team that gets handed loads of Premier League money. Which is like, because the thing people forget about Leeds United is basically that we had 16 years out of the Premier League. So a lot of this, basically, we had to beat teams that had already got the parachute payments to actually become one of the teams in the Premier League. People forget this. It's easy to say, oh, you're going to go up and down with Premier League, mate. Yeah, but we had to have a season where basically we beat Stoke on the opening day when everyone thought Stoke City were going to get 100 points in the Championship, and they didn't, partly because we fucking beat them twice. We didn't beat them twice, actually. Beat them once, but still. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am on that. But still. Tom, I know you hate this, but you should check what I sent you on X. See. Give me a minute, and I'm going to. This is going to make you very happy. So just bear with me a second, sir. It's all right. We've only got a YouTube show to run, Sam, but it's all right. I'm just gonna take. Anyway. Still, fucker, but still.
We'll just loop this.
I've actually forgot to add the other thing you sent me, so about the twig. But still, my apologies. Right, okay.
Ben, you want to sing a song while we're waiting?
Pick a song. There you go.
actually don't have the room to put it on. That's shocking.
Yeah. Gotta do it now. You'll have the space now.
Thank you. Ben, you have got one of these.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
nice.
Awesome. That is awesome. You have to send me that. I love it. I get the crow of approval.
Ben will like this. Did you like this, Ben?
I loved it. That was legendary.
Well, that is worth it. Just the two of us. Which version, though? Why no cooking videos, summary stuff, please? And kind of quiche or frittata.
I like the elevator music. It's cool.
It's called Feeding the Ducks.
Yeah, I kept that one on.
Should rename it Feeding the Crows. And add some crow effects.
Oh.
I smell seagull.
Right, okay, so obviously all that with basically the table and all that led to this dilemma from Burnley, where it's basically beat Millwall and let the bastards into the playoffs, the bastards being Blackburn, I believe, or lose to Millwall and hand the title to dirty Leeds. Which one do you do? Which one do you do? Saw some of that video about making those figures. I didn't know there was a video about it. Anyway, that pretty much all the Leeds memes, but still, I'll get into a special edition of Dipshits, which I kind of enjoyed, because you can imagine how this went for Andy Hinchcliffe. Sorry, the Dipshits.
The Dipshits. Do. Go.
Hill to win 1-0. That was on YouTube. Thank you for it. Thank you for the theme tune for it, Ben. And welcome back, Ipswich. We've missed you. Benefits of being back here include, from Championship Terrace talk, of course, but no VAR, ruining matches, no Chris Sutton on commentary, winning games, see you in August, which immediately got the response of correction, incompetent referees, and fourth officials unable to make correct decisions. You now have Andy Hinchcliffe for all your commentating needs and the odd spanking by bottom three teams. All your commentary needs. Sorry, one more. What a miserable bastard Andy Hinchcliffe is, from Common Sense. Andy Hinchcliffe must have been in severe pain having to praise Leeds United, from Christopher Casey. Is that, oh man, happy birthday to your son. Of course, happy birthday to Rosie's son, who's 20. Can't believe
Happy
he's
birthday.
20. Yeah. And he's laughing at something. It's probably the abuse that Andy Hinchcliffe cops on the internet. One more. Sorry. Is there a bigger prick in football commentary than Don Goodman? Immediately answer from Bayan Blade, which was basically Andy Hinchcliffe. He is a bigger prick than Don Goodman. He is. Thoughts with Andy Hinchcliffe and Don Goodman at this difficult time. The commentators sound genuinely disappointed we've scored. Thought we'd dodge the likes of Don Goodman and Andy Hinchcliffe with item B, but no. I don't know who he's talking about, but still. Two more. I'm convinced Andy Hinchcliffe hates football. He's never ever said a positive thing about anything when he's on co-commentary, which is true. Doesn't like anything. Kind of is. Happy birthday indeed, Tom. Excuse me. It must be all that promotion and Red Bull. I'm above being a gentleman, it seems. Like he's only 20. Jesus Christ, Jimmy. How many kids you got? I mean, numbers add up. 5, but still. And the last one, when Willie Nonto scored, Dan Vevers, the more we score, the angrier Andy Hinchcliffe gets. By the end, he will have transcended his bodily form to become pure energy, which is why it stops at 6. I didn't know that. I didn't know that time. I was sitting there going, let's get to 7. Let's get to 7. But I knew it had killed Andy Hinchcliffe, obviously. It's understandable. He knows of. Jimmy must be Roman Catholic, and Miss Melina with happy belated birthday to that. I've mainly got memes, the general memes, but still, what else have we got up the pipeline? Because Director John takes the time to make all this shit.
What I do? Oh.
Takes the time to make all this shit, so I'm going to show it. These are the actual pictures for the final round of games. If we pretend that Leeds United have already played Bristol City, which is obviously tomorrow night. Sheffield United will play Blackburn. That race at the bottom is actually quite absurd. Preston can be relegated, even though I felt like they were safe a long time ago, but they're not. I kind of do want them relegated because of Paul Hecking.
Who's getting promoted from the underleague?
Wrexham, Birmingham.
Wrexham, Birmingham, and we don't know the playoff. Oh, Jim,
I'll go with Charlton.
I'll take Milner, purely just, give him like the unfinished business kind of thing. But Rosie, sister in June. Oh, and no, Daniel. Interesting. It'd be like having Giavogi in the dressing room, but, at James Milner. To some extent. So, a single lesson we had on contraception was putting a condom on a banana.
I remember ours was a carrot.
Well, you guys are English,
pictures.
So it's a pencil.
Yeah. I see. So we've done there. Obviously, this remaining schedule is sponsored by Mr. Tom Talks Wrestling, which airs on Thursdays at 10:05 p.m. in the UK, 5:05 in the Eastern Time Zone, which is also then sponsored by Dude Wipes, allegedly. Dude Wipes.
You know the reason why I put that in that one spot every week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally get it, and I was on board with it. As soon as I laid eyes on it, I was like, I'm making sure, no matter what fucking happens in the show, that is going on there, because I want to do Dude Wipes.
No. But you know what's underneath that?
Well, yeah, the black space.
No, the upcoming schedule. You know what game there is?
Yeah.
You've lost him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have lost me.
It was like
it was
Leeds.
the Man United friendly in August.
Right. Yeah. I was why the hell they have that there?
Yeah. No, totally. I knew we'd had the conversation before.
And you don't want that team on anything to do with Leeds.
I'm only asking because I don't know much about Leeds. No, I'm done. No harm done at all. Just stumbled upon this. Awesome stuff. Glad you found us. I had to learn on the job.
Welcome.
I'm having to go
Welcome,
back
I
and
said
find
there,
out what
sorry.
job he's learning on. Learning on job, but still, literally Russ. And hey, Daniel, hope you're well. I am, thank you. Welcome, Daniel. I'll be honest. As soon as I saw Leeds live once, most of the fans tried to start a fight with us. So interesting experience. I don't mind you lot.
Wait till you get to know us.
Support, sir. Not that this is really important in the terms of like, are we all going to beat you up or not? Because we're not. We'll sat behind a computer screen for a start. But just have it.
We'll try
to get up and random.
We'll track them down.
And I'm more putting this up to be a bit of a dick more than anything. But obviously, the remaining games for Sheffield United and Burnley, in case you all wondered.
Yeah, it didn't come out too well.
I have no words. I have no words other than I'm putting it up out of respect for the fact that you made it, John.
Yeah. Oh, Russ is asking about the Gary shirt. the Gary $1.99 shirt.
$1.99. Thrift store.
It's about the Gators, Mr. Gator. Welcome, Daniel. So, where are you from? More importantly, who do you support? Don't phrase it like that, like he's going to get banned for supporting Man United. No, he will get banned for supporting Man United, but that's not true. It's not true. I'm joking. Who do you support? Why is there only 4 likes on it? 4? That many? That's really impressive, actually, because I'm just surprised.
I put 3.
I counted 13 when I did it.
I'll buy that for $1. John, how do you feel about Ron Simmons?
We've got 15.
15? 15?
Yeah.
Wait. Keep it there, Ben. Hold on.
16.
Ah.
I actually quite enjoy those Luton lads in the video below that. They're quite all right.
Yeah, they're all right.
Even though they do kind of roast us, but
who is Ron Simmons and why should I know him?
Because he played for Florida State.
Nah.
And Gary hates him.
I just saw this shirt for $1.99, and I was like, I gotta get it.
I'm an Arsenal fan, mainly because my stepdad was, and that's what I was brought up watching. But I have a soft spot for Palace as my dad supports them. And a good celebration when they made the final. Congratulations, in all seriousness, from it. I literally said there's a fucking Everton fan that shows up. Hello, Richo, the Everton fan. I'm not even being sarcastic. I'm fucking thrilled to see you, Richo, in all seriousness. But I really do appreciate the congrats. And yeah, hopefully we will beat you at your new stadium. Because that'll be the right and just outcome. I'm joking. Well, I'm not. That will actually be the just and right outcome. But how you doing, Richo, in all seriousness? 22 now. Thank you, Rosie. Much love for lower leagues. They fascinate me. And 90% of the people here support Arsenal.
90%?
True. It's actually probably true.
Yeah.
Because there is a 90% margin of error in people that should be banned. But still.
And support is a big word because most of you just moan about Arsenal.
You're mostly safe then, Daniel. Arsenal have a respect for Leeds have a respect for Arsenal and a fear of Thierry Henry coming out of retirement again. That's actually true. A few Arsenal fans on here. I've had that, Bremner. Fine banter, fine with. You're awesome, Richo, in all seriousness. But it was just a coincidence. I mentioned that there was a fan of another team that I remembered, and it happened to be you. And then you turned up. It's like the time I mentioned the Crows in the background.
And they showed up?
Almost certainly.
I had to delete it, Tom.
You had to delete the Crows? What?
Because you needed it for Ben's action figure.
You don't delete the action figure.
Yeah.
Send me that, Tom, on WhatsApp.
I will. What are we doing?
Let that be a lesson, Thomas. You add too many pictures, and then you can't add stuff spur of the moment.
Yeah.
Let that be a lesson.
It's more of a surprise because I didn't think I had that much. I'm just surprised. It's more that I didn't anticipate there being that much, but still. I don't mind Rosie. Don't mind Rosie. Daniel supports a terrible team in Scotland. Daniel Sava, says, I used to date a Leeds fan, which made me quite like Leeds, but you learn to not associate the team with the person. Then I dated a West Ham fan. Jesus Christ, how many teams are you working through, sir? Then I dated a West Ham fan, and now I have a major hate for the team because that's life. Oh, well, fair, actually.
Shit, sorry.
Pigeons. Just keep up to speed, Daniel. Hi, at Rosie. Hi, yes, hope you're too. Don't worry, I'm up to speed now, just enjoying this. Nice to hear, in all seriousness. And Rosie just escaped from a mental institution, but smile and wave, and he is a nuisance to RSPB. Must be the pigeons. I'm not familiar with Boff, Rosie, says Pincushion. Do you want to do the question of the week right at this point? Or?
Yeah, let's bang it out. Why not? I apologise for that bang. I dropped that.
I know I usually put this up during the theme itself, but we'll do the Gary version. Which we would do it if I actually have it on the thing. So do excuse me. No, we can do it now. So. People love jingles and such. It's the Mr. Tom question of the week, which is basically known subtitled as Poor Sam Part 5. Because who is this lineup of 80s toys that can beat Sam Greenwood in a fight? No, my ex loved her best friend more than me. That's why we both found out they were. Jesus fucking Christ. Jingle. Also, can't the institution. Sorry if you're out of one, Rosie. Fucking hell, that's pretty good. Everton fans selling blue flares with red labels on to live for facts was top shithousery. Sorry to hear, Daniel. That kind of sucks. It really does kind of suck. Franchise to the Wrexham up to the Championship. Yes. And just one of those words would have been enough. Did I just stumble into Jerry Springer's group chat? And Sam Greenwood, ex-Arsenal player, could have done well. Don't worry, the Leeds fan isn't the worst one. There is time for this to get worse.
There's always time. So, the question.
Yeah. I actually do have the thing that I did send it to myself, so I'll probably have to try and make room to do it, which will probably not be that hard at this point. But anyway, the actual question of the week is, who is this lineup of 80s toys that could beat Sam Greenwood in a fight? There is the Sam Greenwood, the greatest moderator in the history of We All Love Leeds, because it's the only moderator in the history of We All Love Leeds, so it's actually not much of a difficult choice, to be fair to him. And these toys could beat Sam Greenwood's arse in a fight. But I know there are people that are going to say, I can't see that image. So Director John, in all fairness to him, basically, he had all your backs. So he was like, let's get some zooms on that.
A little bit better.
It very much is. Mum Ra. Ramman.
Yes.
Care Bear. A Care Bear.
Which Care Bear?
Care Bear.
Which Care Bear?
Care Bear. Mr. Potato Head. Telly Ruxpin. Rainbow Brights. Mr. Potato is absolutely murdering.
Yes, Strawberry Shortcake. Yes.
Glowworm. Mr. Potato Head. Mr. Potato Head. Glowworm. Mr. Potato Head. Strawberry Shortcake. Mr. Potato Head. This is going to be porn for people that like toys being read out in a London accent. Very niche.
Correct.
Very niche. Bumblebee, of course. Glowworm.
Which Care Bear is it, people? Which Care Bear? Simon says yes.
What am I doing here? Trying to say, because I'm going to let Ben I'm going to let Sam quickly get his little bit of revenge in on these guys that bully him on a weekly basis. And by bully him, I mean me and Ben.
It's not Murdoch, Jimmy. It's one of them, though.
Is that the face?
It is the face. Oh, hold on.
Oh, does that mean time is up?
Ah, shit. Too much info. My inflatable life-size Ben White. That's really not PG. But still. I'm going to delete... I'll delete something so I can actually put in the thing that
every fucking night that knobhead's car goes off. Dick.
All I'm going to do is bring up a thing that Sam Greenwood made to counteract this awfulness. And by awfulness, I mean fantasticness. But he basically declared, this is the twig of treachery.
Rosie.
It is much tougher than Ben and Rosie. The twig of treachery.
I don't get it. Okay.
I had questions.
So how many are left?
That's it. Just, I think the last. Yeah. That's it, done.
I'm very confused, to be honest, but this is fun. That's
probably... we do randomness at its best, Daniel. This sort of took off on another show of actors, 80s actors that could beat up Sam Greenwood. So I just take it to another level every week.
Go around and have a word, Ben. There's the twig that would beat up Ben and Rosie. I did have various questions for him at this point, as in... I mean, the obvious question, as in... It's twig.
I'm a pacifist.
But out of respect for the greatest admin moderator in the business, if he wants to fire back with inanimate objects, he'll get to fire back with inanimate objects, of course. That's unfair to say. Congrats, Ben. Great work. And no clue what the green thing is. That is going to absolutely murder him. Quite enjoyed that. Next week's quiz, 80s new romantics that could beat up Sam. Sorry, your cake would destroy Sam. Bertram, Sam. Bertram. Pray silence, please, for Director John, and I'm a pacifist, Ben says. I'm a pacifist, Ben says, after threatening his neighbour's mum. Fucking hell! Oh my god. Anyway. So obviously, these are the actual correct answers for the Mr. Tom question of the week, sponsored by Ben, sponsored by Mr. Tom Talks Wrestling, sponsored by Dude White.
Director John.
By Director John.
I want no part of this.
The most important part, Director John, is basically tell us about parabens and white best that you don't have them in your Dude Wipes.
Yes, I forget.
My is probably better. And both work. I'm not even sure they do, but who cares at this point? Because we're 2 hours in. And it's not even over yet. Bumblebee is crap. And, of course, it's Thundercats. Because, like, great spirits of evil. Oh,
the best toy on there was Ram Man. I had that toy. And he had a little green button at the back. You push him down and then he'd jump and ram. That's the best toy on there. Simple Simon was good for all of about 5 minutes.
Terrible villain. Simple Simon sounds good for Rosie. And this potato head would slap the shit out of that Norwegian ball bag. And what if it's the neighbour's mother's motor? I don't even know what I'm on about at this point, but brilliant. But obviously, thank you to Ben, in all seriousness, for providing that utter nonsense, which is what is basically it's our trade. It's our daily, weekly trade. Let's be fair. I suppose at this point.
Should we do some roasting?
Good afternoon from Lexington, Kentucky, USA. Come
Lawrence.
on, you irons. How you doing, Lawrence?
Come on, you irons.
It's come on, you Leeds with the lowercase L.
Makes more sense, actually. Daniel, laugh out loud. More of that, please. Sam crap, Lawrence said. That's not me. That's Sam Greenwood. That's not me. I wouldn't say that. I'd never say that.
Yeah, we have a West Ham fan, Daniel. We've got a West Ham fan, so you should get along famously.
Oh no, not West Ham again.
That's who Daniel's ex-girlfriend.
It was fucking Lawrence.
Doing 2 hours of that every week. Lawrence, hey mate, hope you're well. In all seriousness, welcome Lawrence. In all seriousness, welcome another United fan. Oh Jesus Christ, we're not doing that again. People forget I have a ban button, you slags. You slag.
That's what you're there for, moderator. That is what you're there for, to moderate.
Break it down from Bits Gunner. And Bubbles are not having a thriller. But just so we can get into the lots of past can't be shown. You don't know me. Fucking hell, I don't know what this has turned into, but in all seriousness,
I do like that there's more people watching than on the stoop.
Really?
Yeah, it's 20 now.
Oh, that surprises me. But thank you to everyone for helping the show this week.
Yeah.
But what I will also say is basically people laughed at me when I pulled out loads of 7-0 predictions. And I was so close to actually getting one of them right.
They were just laughing at you, not about the predictions.
That's actually probably true. This Sam Greenwood segment is the best. I thought you had the ability to read. I thought you had to have the ability to read to block someone. That's why I've mixed you, Sam. Don't worry, I like you. You will be battered by a Care Bear. Fucking hell. It's hard to even keep track of what's going on. The interpersonal feuds that are almost certainly not real. Sam Greenwood then just got told, Sam, piss off. To which he went, Lawrence. That's the way to do it. To say that that's the way I would do it is probably a lie, but still, anyway, I am indeed more interested in Rosie, so it makes sense. The words of the Care Bear is going to RKO Sam Greenwood. And someone's laughing at Dan. Not someone. Pink Cushion's laughing at Sam Daniels. It's all fun. So I was very close to getting a correct prediction, despite the score being absurd. Is more what I wanted to brag about. But see, if you brag about all times you nearly won, and then you still end up with nothing. So, still. Oh, actually, all the slides we've got this week, apart from. Just realised I'm the wrong thing. I've got to go back to the other one. I'm so disorganised for this, but still, anyway. It's time for the Sunday roast.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
Don't say sorry to me. Ben made it. Ben made the Sunday roast thing, but still. So, actually, do the crowd judgment, please, John.
No.
Best director in the business. No. Please. The crow of judgment, everyone. Pay homage to the crow. Congratulations, Leeds. All respect. Thank you for that, Mr. Watkins, Lawrence, of course.
We'll see you next year.
Up from the junior league.
Yeah, that junior league shit needs to end.
Well, no.
For a year at least. for a year at least.
When West Ham gets knocked down there.
Till West Ham go down.
Sam, you could be more interested, but after a simple Cyber 360 no scopes, who knows? My spelling is awful today. I don't know what's up. The West Ham fan shook me. That big Swedish scrote like a trench coat, Jim. Sunday roast or ring of fire. And West Ham fans can do that, Daniel. I can say this, my brother's a West Ham.
Daniel's put the chain on the door, and he,
Just in case. You are now a rookie team. I do applaud your quick thinking on the fly to actually upgrade it to that, in all fairness. I'd pay per view to see it. Anyway, it's part of the Sunday Roast. And
still waiting for Lawrence to send that bottle of bourbon to me.
Have West Ham ever been champions of England?
Nope. Their highest finishing position is third. I believe it was 1983.
Third or 3 times?
West Ham fans can do many things, but the ability to be a normal human is one. They lack ability on the pitch as well. Fucking hell. What? I didn't even really breathe fully the thing that this woman did to him, but must have been a number.
Well,
Lawrence, I'm on your side. Surely a Crowy team. Dr. John, do your thing. Crowy team.
I don't have it anymore. There's no space for it.
My apologies, but I'll kind of make you some space. I'm going to make you some space right now. How many spaces do you need, John?
As many as you could.
Anyway. This is wild. No. I haven't spoken about the West Ham fan yet. I'm saving that for a rainy day or the right moment. Daniel, you are funny for a guy married to your sister. Jesus Christ. Anyway, awesome.
She was the only one who wouldn't cheat.
Anyway, you know how I try to start out the Sunday roast segment officially with basically, how much does this food item at a football ground cost? I have the special Leeds United got promoted edition. Let's do 2 of them. Firstly, at Welling United, how much does this cheeseburger cost? Sorry, at
Fucking
Wrexham.
onion burger.
At Wrexham, it's a cheeseburger. It's a cheeseburger.
Is that a burger under that?
Yep, there is cheese in there. How much does this cheeseburger at Wrexham cost?
It looks like somebody
£2.50.
It's like somebody took a crap on the bun and just put some onions and tomatoes on top.
Someone just peeled an onion and put it in the bun.
That's the insult I use, Lawrence. Go Leafs, go John. And what the actual fuck from Rosie? Well, I presume that's the acronym which meant. Lawrence, how mean can my comeback be? Onion burger. What time does the Rangers come on? From Lawrence. And is the ball sack free with the burger? Whatever it costs, it will cause the buyer to have tears in their eyes.
I will have no trashing of the Rangers on this show.
Nah, they can.
No.
Yeah.
No, but I won't allow it. This is a football show. You can trash Leeds. No trashing of the Rangers.
They deserve it.
Yeah, they do, really.
And they freaking re-signed the general manager.
Starting away for anticipation. He's laughing at something.
Is that Lavriette? Whatever he's.
Yeah, he's gone.
Can I start getting some numbers in the chat? How much do you think it costs?
£2.50 I'm going with.
Regardless on your opinions, how much does it cost?
What does it say on the wrappers there?
Probably
Something
stepdad,
Dad.
but I don't know. Dad something. Something dads.
Stepdads? So Daniel's stepdad is in the burger business?
Is that you, Sam? Rosie, I'm not sure ball sacks you've been seeing at £7.50. Guess they better be paying me to eat that shit. Ouija ball sacks are like inverted Ben Lomans, and $4.44. That salad looks better than what Rosie could make.
Oh, that hurts.
That's
Rosie,
fighting words, some would say.
That can we ban him?
But he's the moderator.
But then he can unban himself.
Moderator.
Let's see, can I?
I think, personally,
look, Rosie can defend herself.
I think Sam is an individual of such integrity that he will ban himself for 4 seconds and then return. They will actually be quiet for 4 seconds.
I could put him in a timeout, but I don't know if I can
put him on the naughty step.
I wouldn't want to test it, of course.
Yeah.
How did it? What was it on the wrestling show? I put him on the naughty step.
Yeah. This burger has more gaps between it than my 2 front teeth. I'm going to do my comeback, like, there's really nothing in all seriousness wrong with that, Sam, of course. I'm going to do my comeback, like, apologies if I go too far with my burgers. I just know he'd fucking had it prepped for about 5 minutes. We've seen my burgers. We know that to be a live Sam. I was about to say a lamb Sam, which doesn't make sense as a sentence. Ban a mod. I thank you, Lawrence. I'll save the comeback for later. If you come back now, you can get through your mother's face. Apologies, I just wanted to say that one. I'm sure his mother's a lovely woman, in all seriousness. £8.50. Not £8.50, Miss Melina, but thank you for playing, of course. My ban is now waiting. Why will we ban you for that?
Never, Daniel, never. Even though you're an Arsenal fan.
That will get you more banned than the actual comment itself, but still, nothing wrong with the comment. But still, paying 1 pence is 1 pence too much for that burger. That's fair. The actual answer is £10.50.
Fuck off.
£10.50.
Fucking what?
Let's see, how much does that translate into dollars?
It's probably going to be about $13, I suspect.
$13.97.
Yeah.
Almost $14.
Chelsea put
For
in
a fucking
30 million
onion.
bid for that burger. Chelsea bid 30 million for the burger. £10 for that. Yes, that's outrageous. Outrageous. Fuck paying that for that burger. I'd be taking it away as evidence for attracting status.
They put in a bid of $30 million.
Yeah, but the difference is on transfer deadline day, Chelsea would make that bid at 11:58 at night or 10:58, whatever the deadline actually is. They'll do it a minute before, when no one else was bidding for it. That's the key aspect. No one else would want it, and they'd go, "We're going to make sure we have it by overpaying." But still, anyway. And one more.
Am I right in saying it's a double edition? You said
double edition. Thank you, Ben. I come on this show. I come on this show to congratulate Leeds and get this shit. Daniel, all respect, you remind me of a walk on someone's ass. But in all seriousness, thank you for coming by. I do genuinely appreciate it, Lawrence.
Daniel, did your ex-girlfriend have a wart on her ass?
At least in Scotland, they would have it deep fried for that price.
I want to know how Lawrence knows about warts on someone's ass.
The onion is the only thing I like on that burger. It looked like that's the only thing you got on that burger. But
it was Rosie's favourite, a sesame seed bun.
If United, who are United, sir, signed that burger, it would be more. Admittedly, I said that earlier because that's what people associate as. But still, it would have been more of a threat of finishing. Instead, it finishes your stomach off. That doesn't sound. John, I know because I look at your cap. £10 for a sesame seed bun and an onion. Lawrence, if you have a water in your ass, you need help. But I don't think she did. I can't remember. And how many warty bums has Lawrence seen? Says Pink Cushion.
Plenty.
But still, the actual second one.
He was in the Navy.
Brentford sold this pepperoni pizza. This is a pepperoni pizza sold at Brentford. At Brentford.
Wow. Is that well done, or is that well done? I have had a few like that I've forgot about and left in the oven, and then it's like ruined, in it. But yeah.
But you still ate it, though.
Yeah, you know this.
Valid question.
That's ruthless.
I'm English, by the way. Don't worry. I have morals. John, and surely you don't accept that pizza.
Where's this Brentford?
That pizza looks like my ex cooked it. Yes, at Brentford, sir. Damn, that
I'm
pizza
going-
is more bird than that West Ham fan today. Come on.
I'm going
come
15 quid.
On. Come on. Leave him alone. Come on. As I said, he came on to congratulate my football team, but he got fucking hammered.
He's going to unsubscribe.
If you look closely at that, you can see the film in Lord of the Rings 7. That's quite good. The first night I got with her, she managed to turn fried eggs into charcoal. Anyway, how much do you think Brentford charged for that pizza?
15.
You may have gone a bit high.
12.
If you listen closely, you can hear King Henry VIII putting it in the oven. Charcoal. My ex couldn't cook shit. I always cook for her. Oh, hang on. So Jimmy says charcoal and brown sauce butties and delicious. Nah. It looks like Lidl's cocoa shell cereal, not pepperoni. £12.50. Close. You'd get your money back for that. I just got this feeling that Ian buys items and just returns them. I'm sorry, Ian. I just couldn't help it. I wasn't with her for her cooking skills. With a man with 5 children that you've admitted to, then
the water on her ass he liked.
It looks like the type of pizza people want deported. Anyway, so the actual answer is £10.95. £10.95. I want your ex in this chat, Daniel. Sounds like she'd have more than one story about you, sir. That's the words of Rosie, although I do kind of second it. Yeah, that ex is my eldest lad's mum. King Alfred special pizza. Brentford was with her for her skiing skills. Yeah. Yes, I've heard the stories she said of me. It's certainly interesting. John, I've protected this country for over 26 years. The abuse, the rest of you can go suck it. Fair enough, Lawrence. And I presume they will salute you for your service.
He was great in the Navy in Oklahoma.
Huh? I'm defending you, Lawrence. Rosie, I believe the kids on the street say Rosie caught some strays off of the verbal barbs from Lawrence. The strays landed on Rosie. So I would say, thank you all for playing. How much does this football food cost? I might try and find one again for next week. Now, I don't know if you knew if the National League South had their final day yesterday, but in the lead up, I found the table. Going into the final game of the season in that league, 6 teams could win the title.
Wow.
Dorking Wanderers needed all 5 teams above them to lose and then win the title, of course.
Is Warding number 4?
Worthing, yeah.
I know it was Worthing, but
Yeah. You couldn't help yourself.
Couldn't help myself to that's Lawrence's favorite team.
Yeah, we've all been there. Now, obviously, I don't have an actual meme for it. I just thought it was really impressive. As like it turned out this way because all 6 teams did actually win. So there's no point in getting an actual final table. Just add 3 points to everyone there.
But Torquay could have won on goal difference.
Yes.
Yeah. The actual unique thing about this, Ben, as you so astutely noticed, Torquay had to win by 3 goals. Or sorry, no, let me tell you more actually, they had to win by 2 goals because they had scored more goals than Truro City. Therefore, but they didn't. Truro City ended up winning by more goals than they did, so they won it. But yeah, it's unique that where that happens. Obviously, Lawrence, everyone's loving a bit of Lawrence. Cashing strays this week is Rosie, especially from Rawlins, meaning Gary, of course. Love Ginger, feisty as fuck. One story was that I was taking a romance out of the relationship. I planned for a date, so we had 1 monthly to make sure there always was, and tried to buy presents and stuff. I feel like I'm halfway in the middle of a story, but I'm in the second half of it. 3 out of 5 of my kids' mums are gingers. The other thing she wanted, etc., are staying up in National League South. We are massive. Torquay must be gutted. And City and United battling for the title. It is true. In National League South, of course.
How many divisions down is that?
That's 6 tiers down.
Oh.
Even if the team that gets promoted, Truro City, are promoted into National League Premier, which is basically National League. It's still not professional football.
Well, they get paid, right? The players?
No.
They do at York. I live in York. They're second in the National League Premier. So they'll go into the playoffs. But yeah, they're paid.
York City were predominantly a league club for a long time. So they'd have to stay in the National League for a long time to become semi-pro, right? Or to become...
Yeah, plus they've just been bought by a billionaire. They're expecting a Wrexham from basically.
Welcome to We All Love Leeds Relationship Therapy. Up the Enfield sound. That's not an innuendo. If you've been affected by any of the issues on this show, the Jerry Springer hotline number will be given at the end. I watch St Albans a few times a year. They got relegated from National League South. Did Welling United get relegated as well? Excuse me, Chris Nix, our non-league football expert, of course. He just sees a lot of football, to be fair to him. Small magazine lose a lot, Enfield. Who should forget this? The best street name in the world, presumably in Saudi Arabia, with Al In Shira Street. It moves me. This is how playing football in these shoes in school gives you 99 shot power, 95 finishing, 90 long shots, and 89 of curve stats. You can kill someone if you kick a ball in your school shoes. You'll get the point. Anyway. Yeah, they did. Thank you, Chris. I suspected that was the case. My ex made up a lot of lies about me. Are they actually lies, though? Which they told their friends. They also cheated on me. What the... Sorry. I feel like the more questions I ask about this, I'm worried about finding out stuff. Oh, yeah, openly told me they were loyal. Didn't tell me the guy was also a West Ham fan. But I knew. Anyway, fuck the West Ham fans. Not in that way. Sounds like you kind of mean in that way. Playing in those shoes also gives you mental trauma from bullies. White socks in.
Bare feet.
Yeah. If you forget your PE kit and you have to play in your pants. Some people forgot their kit every week on purpose. So did my PE teacher. He applied the same rules on himself, you know. But what? Sorry, he forgot his kit every week. Anyway. So what? My friend, yes, they are lions, but let's not talk about them anymore. Who needs women when you have Arsenal's ladies team? Congratulations on making the Champions League final, of course. But anyway, any of Harry Kane's luck that he finally wins a cup and then he gets handed a plate because there's actually no cup for winning the Bundesliga. They should have told him that. But again, he's playing for Bayern Munich. He's supposed to win something. But let's look through a history of Bayern Munich. Because if you look through the history of all their badges, they conveniently omit the one from 1945.
Uh,
I wonder why you do that. In their defence, though, every team was forced to have that in their badge. But still. Jim, Kit and Plimsoll's from childhood. At my school, it was white plimsolled only. Black sole trainers were banned in case they marked the gym floor. Upside down benches we used to walk along. The
Yes.
balance being horrific. Yep, remember all
Them
that?
benches with them two white clips on the end so you could hang them.
Yeah. Are you in the North Pole with that disgusting sweater? I'm in the Premier League, mate.
Did everyone's gym have the fold-out wooden apparatus and with the
Yes.
net on it and the ropes?
Yeah. Yeah, but my school couldn't be bothered to put the net and ropes on it. Because that would imply they actually had funding. Lawrence, I'm willing to pay peace talks now. No wonder Brits are shit at basketball when playing in plimsolls, for fuck's sake. Look, West Ham are massive, and winning league with Bayern is like using your virginity to Bonnie Blue or Lily Phillips, who's on tour, according to Russ Morgan. Massive thing about 5 square miles in London, and same at my school, Jimmy. Speaking of in the news this week, let's just discuss Eni Aluko just very briefly, and by discuss, I just mean meme her mercilessly. And basically, oh crap, I shouldn't have attacked Ian Wright for no reason. Oh crap, I really shouldn't have said Richarlison has 19 goals in 40 games. You do the maths, that's a goal a game. It's not. Well, that's the end of me. Ryan from Mr. Arsenal podcast did send me a meme about this, to which I immediately was like, no. We can do better than that, Ryan. So I may have cut out the head of Eni Aluko and put her on the joke. Basically gone, am I really a bad pundit? No, it's Ian Wright's fault. I was kind of proud of cutting the heads out. Anyway. But we've also got the apology she put out, where she basically went, Ian, I apologise for implying you took opportunities from female pundits, but you have to forgive me. To which Ian Wright went, nope. Nope. But still. A bamboo cane bounced on metal frame cones. You had to jump over them. Yes, I've got tickets to her show. Good showing. Bit of a shit second act, but the first one was... Loved climbing bars, ropes at school. Was a short, skinny kid. There was some of the best apparatus for me. Sorry. Eni, are you okay? Are you okay, Eni? You've been struck by. Bremner, did your school have a terrible grass field? No grass on a hill, so you'd have to play uphill from one side of the pitch. Those were the days. Right. Where am I at to? Oh, Luis Suarez was here, ostensibly. Do you know Cardiff were relegated yesterday by about 5 o'clock? You never guess what they had. They actually did do this at 7:30. So 2.5 hours later, they held the Cardiff City Season Awards. 2 hours after they were relegated. I bet Ryan, that Cardiff City fan, was still fucking crying at that point. He's a good kid. He's a good kid in all seriousness. But still. I joined the stream an hour ago. I've accidentally made a name for myself. Let's not go that far, sir.
He's the man of the match.
Man of the match. Did anybody go to these awards?
Possibly.
I can't even guarantee the Cardiff players showed up for that. Madry is a shit beer. And Sam sort of, the athletics track was on slope, but the football rugby and track built on low ground, which is usually ankle deep in mud, and we welcome new blood, Daniel. You got to work fucking hard to get man of the match status on the first day, though. I don't give it away as easily as John. I'll tell you that for free.
Well, it's kind of like being a crack dealer. You have to give the first one for free.
There goes our monetary gain.
Anyway, speaking of relegation, they were all uncompetitive and got beat every week. Still, there go the worst 3 teams that ever got promoted to the Premier League. And you think that's all I've got for the promoted few and relegated from last year? Oh, fuck yourselves, because I've got more. Oh, you guys are pathetic. No wonder the Premier League made me head championship guy, says Ipswich. Speaking of Ipswich, though, I've got live footage of the Ipswich fans at St James's Park yesterday. Hurry up, stupid Ipswich. Hurry up and lose and get relegated so we can go home early. Dr. Marvin Monroe also had an opinion on the relegated 3, to which he was basically like, just go and never tell anyone you were here. But Leicester had a comeback. They were like, but I'm a Premier League winner, and we salute you for it. Now don't come back. Why is it man of the match and not woman of the match? Asking for the feminists in the chat. Me, Melina, and Russ. Fucking Russ. I think Russ would have heard that out loud and gone, I'm a what? There is a man of the match. Damn, I have to be playing lockdown Bamford. I think he's okay. I can't playing like lockdown Bamford. That's fair, actually. But Leeds reference may help me. This has been the best show ever. Here come the rookies. Daniel Salva, are you a Greek Cypriot? Oh, that sounded so threatening. Sorry. Are you? Anyway. Lawrence introduced himself. That's nice. Sorry, bro. You seem really cool. Yes, I am, Chris. How did you know?
Uh-oh.
They give off that smell.
I think Daniel is going after another West Ham fan. He's going to have his heart broken.
Your last name, mate. I am too. Congrats to Wrexham as well, but they will struggle for a while in the champ. The jump is massive because there's actually rules, because they will be adhered to PSR rules, because they don't sell anyone, which is also a big part of this, presumably. Because who've Wrexham got a value to actually make a profit on, based on what they've paid? Not fully, but I am. Pink. Something to do with... Chris, that sounded like he wanted to fight him. That's what I thought. But no. But in all seriousness, well, the relegation free, in August, when they turn up back in the Championship, it'll be, let us never speak of this Premier League season again. But we do have to pay some homage to Jamie Vardy, who left Leicester, or he's going to leave Leicester, where he basically said the owner of Red Bull is going to say, "Hey, what gives? These Red Bulls are piling up." To which someone, Jamie Vardy left the club. To which they're going to reply, "Dear God, and I've just bought a boat." He put someone's kids through college at the Red Bull shop or whatever. I bet you don't recall this, Mr. Ben. In 2023, Hull tweeted at anyone going down this weekend. Is it too harsh to basically tweet the same thing at them? Or do we just go, you mean nothing to us? Because they are almost certainly going to get relegated this weekend. And they do need to go fuck themselves. It's still it's still time to delete this, lad, says Leeds all over.
So you just answered your own question.
I did a mark. But in my defence, I didn't take 72 years to fucking do it. It was a sentence. But still. But talking about the Premier League, the relegated teams, you better have an owner willing to spend billions on players to keep the club up. I think I locked my keys in there. People seem to forget this. Anyway, we've got a lot of comments. Let's read through these, hopefully. Daniel, you will like Chris as he's a dodgy slag for Cyprus, but you might reconsider when you learn he loves West Ham. I'm up for a scrap. If the fight involves sitting down and crying, we will be good. Pros as opposed to rooks, Tom will explain. Caw. Careful, Daniel. Chris is called Muscles for it, is he? I thought he was called Chris. Chris Cyprus saved him, West Ham doesn't. I'm splitting that. It's the party situation all over again. I want to lock you, but it's hard too. Birmingham Wrexham finish above Leicester. Ipswich and Saints next season. Nah. No problem, Ben. I'll finish this in about a few minutes. Won't take that long, actually. Load of nonsense. Burnley and Leeds displaying mixed emotions upon finding out you've been promoted to the Premier League. But then you realise you've got to actually play in the Premier League. Woohoo! Wolves are in good form. Speaking of Mark, wins in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them. Not bad. Plymouth at the start of the season. I wonder what the season would be like if Argyle had a real manager from the start. Because they decided they didn't want to stay in the Championship by hiring Wayne Rooney, clearly. Speaking of Aston Villa in the FA Cup, well, that's the end of me. Speaking of Crystal Palace, the team that beat them. How come Palace managers don't dance anymore? Remember those moves? Pure Pardew. But speaking of Crystal Palace, they had a match on Wednesday. And I would say it may be fair to argue they probably didn't have their entire heart in this. Because basically, you're thinking about the Premier League match tonight against Arsenal, right? To which they said yes. But the image says they might not have been. Might have been thinking about the cup. But who do we know that actually... Milhouse, do you see what happened on Sky Sports? Yeah, it really is something while watching the World Snooker Championship. Eddie, you chose Palace, you live with Palace. But Liverpool really insisted on having a very specific photographer for their celebrations today. I didn't make that. I didn't make that up. But still. Maradona, Pele, Queen Elizabeth, Pope Francis all died without seeing Arsenal win the Champions League. All died. But speaking of Arsenal, Ramsey, Wilshere and Arteta are managers. Flamini is a billionaire. Meanwhile, Rooney has been sacked twice. Neville is the worst manager in Spanish football history, and Paul Scholes is sniffing his daughter's toes. The class of Wenger above the class of Fergie. Speaking of Fergie and Manchester United and team he represents, I gave Harry Maguire a statue. This is what it looked like. What do I tell Hoyland? They're on the side of the road and he's on the inside. He can't do anything right at the moment. Do you know this Manchester United fan bought a ticket for £36 and £21 for his daughter and then resold it on a resale site, however that works, and he's discovered Manchester United are reselling him it for a combined £798. Disgusting. Crookish behaviour in my opinion. But still, go fuck yourself, Man United, for that. This Man United fan can't be real. This has to be made up. Wrexham, mid-table next season, bottom half. Lawrence doing new West Ham promotion. I'm a Liverpool fan who watches West Ham a lot and has a soft spot for them. Including Chris hasn't met me. That's good for you. If he's called muscles, I better use the other tactics like play with his heartstrings. I think Daniel's going to shag my missus. Fucking. Anyway, £1 on it, Tom. Can't remember what I said to even create that. Chris, not if she supports West Ham. Chris, if you think I'm going to shag anyone, you overestimated me. I'm too scared to even ask for someone's number. American man, John, I see that guitar. Do you know how to play it? Come on and congratulate Tom, Ben, and John for their promotion. Many of you are somewhat rude.
Oh, poor Lawrence.
Spawny Mark is having a party. Wolves is run better than the Woolwich Arty. And Tom, did you hear that from Des? Did you hear from Des? Do you mean Des the Enforcer, Des? Scum ticket tats is generally scummy. That's Sam's Remus tattoo.
It's on his ass.
Man, this is the time that Spurs and Manchester United decided to read the stories out to the local homeless shelter and basically went. And then I realised they were no longer a top 6 club. They were banter clubs. Because it's a big weekend for Spurs, because this is the reaction from Ange Postecoglou when he discovered that Spurs are officially safe from relegation with Ipswich's defeat. What a year. For this West Ham fan, who I strongly suspect might be Lawrence. With our fucking 8 Spurs. This is Matt Schmeichel, the son of Kasper Schmeichel. He'll probably win the Premier League before Spurs.
Kind of looks a little like Eddie Beach.
Your granddad's a cunt, and so is your dad.
Totally would be.
Looks like Eddie Beach.
Good tattoo. We are Leeds. We are vile. These nuts. Oh, Lawrence. I've had that, Lawrence. That is a match-winning insult from Lawrence. What did he actually say? Oh, cordial rude, because he's correct. From Big 6 to bottom 6, Scum 7, Spurs shit show. Is Fark Ange's illegitimate bastard? Fucking hell. I got a photo for my daughter's passport, and she looks like a Chelsea fan given a free football banning order after an incident away at Stoke. Little fug. Sorry. Anyway. I did get this from Ryan from Mr. Arsenal podcast as well, where he basically went, this is Cole Palmer's Premier League season. He's basically Michu. If anyone can remember how Michu was the greatest striker in the world for a year, and then he realised he's actually Michu. That's Cole Palmer. Speaking of an overrated footballer, who is the most overrated player in the Premier League? It has to be Sterling. He's no better than Nathan Redmond, nowhere near worth the cash paid for him, to which Footy Accumulators responded with, he's been good at spells though, mate. To which Peter Dermott wrote, so was Harry Potter. Doesn't make him a decent winger though. And a couple more. Do apologise. Congratulations to Liverpool, and for one, I congratulate and welcome our new Dutch Liverpudlian overlords to the Premier League. But Liverpool got a bit cocky because I cannot stress enough how easy it was to win this prestigious race. But the real silver line in all this, Ben, is that they've won the league and thrashed us, mate. But there's one match they can't win. What's that? Europa League semi-final. It's true. True. Can't win. Anyway. And my personal favourite one, the image of Joel Peru trying to kill Willie Nonto during the promotion celebrations by basically forcing a bottle bigger than him down his gullet. And got the comment of basically, I still can't believe that LUTV showed a live clip of Nonto drowning a bottle of Chris Wilder's tears. And the last thing I've got before we all go, support a good team or support your dad's team. I know what one I picked.
On me.
And that is the last one. Follow up a few of the comments. Lawrence, you were missed at the name game, guessing massive jugs for us. For sorry, my apologies. I do love jugs. There's no joke I can make about that. Holding a 1995 mobile phone as celebration, and Cole Palmer being English, they would ask 100 million for him. Okay, I like you now, Lawrence. We see alike. I agree with that statement, and just goes to show even the worst of enemies. You didn't even know he existed about half an hour ago. What are you talking about? See, Big Jugs has brought Daniel and Lawrence together. It's amazing. Mate, Ange can't even beat his diabetes test. Let's be real. Chris Hall is bad at spells. Simon's a big tit. He'll bring you both together. And he eats spaghetti. He drinks Moretti. His smile is yeah. See again. The one about the Leeds fans and their chance. And I admire Rosie's tenacity. So in all seriousness, and you know what, you get Ben's figure again. Rich Crank. That's actually really lifelike. Actually, because of the Snickers and the
that's going to be mailed to the man of the match today.
Sorry, sir.
An autographed copy of that is going to be mailed to the man of the match.
Yeah. Oh, of course it will be.
Or woman of the match. Or Russ.
It goes to Russ, in all truth.
He's binary, right? Or non-binary. I don't know what.
He don't identify.
All that being said, I want to thank everyone for coming here today. Hopefully you enjoyed whatever nonsense we managed to put together, such as the twig of treachery. Twig of treachery, I'll say. But anyway.
Thank you, everybody. Great show as always. Back again next week.
Always do. We thank Director John for his contribution to the show.
I didn't do a thing.
Awesome.
I don't want any part of it. I don't want any recognition that I'm any part of this show.
You're there right below us, so it's too late for that. Thank you, John.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
That was fun.
In all seriousness, although John said he did nothing, John actually gave me the idea of basically, have you got the Bayern Munich thing with the Nazi badge? John, although he said he did nothing, he basically made me put that up.
Me?
Yeah, I'll put that on you. I'm joking, John.
Okay.
John, that 100% never happened.
Thank you.
Anyway, got it.
I think Ben needs to go.
Yes. Get us out of here. But obviously.
See you next week, people.
How is Lolo? Is Lolo feeling any better?
I saw him yesterday. He's fine. He was 100.
Lovely show, yeah. Thank you.
100% better yesterday. He said.
I enjoyed this stream. A good debut performance, I'll say. Let's see if I can keep the performance up. Well, I'm not grading you on it, so
You're just gonna have to subscribe and come back every week.
yeah, you should do that. In all seriousness,
And like hit the
It's been
subscribe
great
button.
having you. Thank you. Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button 3 times.
hit it 3 times. What, like you hit the like button 742 times?
No, 43.
Oh, 43. My apologies. Where's
It's
the
gone
non-low
up too.
thing? There was one earlier on. Chat has been phenomenal. It really has, in all seriousness. But Ben is a gentleman that has places to be because Ben's a busy man. I'm clearly not, based on the fact that I'm just like,
He's planning his
yeah,
nuptials.
I've got about 700. I've got about 700 memes or whatever. It's not true. It's not true.
Ben's
That's
got to
me
kick
talking.
his neighbor's ass.
Listen, I've had fun. It's all good. It's all good.
Right? Ben has
And
to kick
basically,
his neighbor's
I'm
ass.
gonna
Yeah.
end the show.
His neighbour's mother's ass. Good night, everyone.
Oh, what? That was uncalled for, Thomas. Unless that was for Lawrence.
There's enough things said in here to basically you can go to anyone. I don't know any of them, but they'll learn it. Anyway, in all seriousness, have a good night, everyone. I'll see you next week, where essentially it's going to be kind of an end of season. We'll either be the champions or we won't, but we'll be in the Premier League in August, so go fight yourselves. Have a good